Hello. Yo, test the thing. Cool. I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're good. Hey, hello, hi. It's me, your boy. It's Geese. How are you? How's your weekend been treating you? How you doing, Rourke? It's been a little while. Hope you're doing exceptionally well. Swooshy. What's up? Muted. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, man. You got it. I'll see you later potentially. I hope I do. Hope you've been having a good weekend and all that stuff. How you doing? It's been a long one. It's been a long few months. But it's Sunday. We made it, and I hope you've made it too. And all I wish all good things upon you. It is the 25th of September. I am no closer to finding a job, no closer to finding an apartment. So, hey, this is how it is. This is how it be sometimes. You know, you just deal with it. It's okay. It's all right. Oh, oh dear. Oh. I made myself a coffee and it's attacking me. Well, that's a good start. Anyway, hi, hello. We're gonna play some Glitchhikers today. Glitchhikers: The Space Between. I've been excited for this game. I've been really excited for this game, like exceptionally so. I've been waiting for an opportunity to play it. I got enough stuff out of the way. I now feel good, just being able to take my time with it, because it is not going to be a game that you want to speed. I remember playing the original free version on itch like years and years ago. It was like a small experimental free thing, and it really had Jesus, it really had an impact on me. Like aesthetically, a lot of like what that game was about, was trying to get to. It really made me think a lot about just like life and everything. And it was awesome. So this is probably going to be a more introspective type game. Not a lot of jokes in this one, but I'm excited. Hopefully we'll be able to talk about some stuff, and we'll just vibe. We'll just vibe and see what happens. Hello, Tianos. You got it. It's me. It's your boy. Over here. The Geeseman. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. How's your weekend been? What you been up to? I went to a party yesterday. It was alright. It was okay. It was kind of weird and awkward because I didn't know any. I knew like one person. But it was all right. I left before stuff got too weird, so I feel pretty good about it. But I had a fun time. Anyway, we're gonna play a game. Kind of. Hopefully it's a nice time. I have not even launched it. I have been as what's the word? As blind to it as I can be. But we're gonna learn about this world together, and it'll be a lovely time. Hell yeah, Canada! Let's go. No! I was gonna see that. What? Hold on. Why'd it go away so fast? Hold on. Oh shit. I wanted to hold on. I wanted to see that again. There's a content filters? Oh my god. I wanted to read that. Oh, why'd it go away so fast? I'm like unnecessarily like hyped for this. It's kind of hard to tell, but like I live for this stuff. This is games like this are kind of why I like games in general. Oh, I don't get to see it now? Okay, fine. Let's see if I can find it online. apparently not. Apparently that screen you only see once and then never again. So, fun. That's too bad. All right, well, that is how it is. I guess we'll never know. Hello, Luvi. How you doing? But yeah, we're gonna play some Glitchhikers. I'm also too big. I feel like I'm too big for this. I know there's gonna be a lot of text, so I want to make sure we can all read it together, read it good and all that. So I'm already kind of loving this soundtrack. This soundtrack is pretty good. When I bought the game, I also got the 5 flippin' disc soundtrack with it, so I'm pretty excited. This community tab. Oh, okay, so there's a Glitchhikers Discord, and as well as a couple for the developer and the publisher. All right, that's neat. Let's take a look at this, too. There's a content filter. Well, take this. Okay, it's mental health. You can change filters at any time. Are encouraged to revisit these settings as your journey through life progresses. Yes, this really is like an introspective, like, just talk about some stuff type of game. So quick content warning. I'm not turning any of this stuff off. We're gonna go full into it. We're gonna talk about death, grief, some nihilism potentially. Actually, we should probably put this in here. Okay, maybe. Abuse, substance abuse, body horror. My goodness, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very, very interesting. I did not know this was going to get kind of tough, but oh, an antique engine. Oh my goodness. Man, I've been as blind about this game as I possibly can be. If you click the help button, it just takes you to that mental health resource URL. That's actually pretty good. I like that. That's really neat. I appreciate how much this game seems to care about the mental health of the people playing it. So we're just gonna get into it. What up, Sam? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. We're playing something very, very different. I cannot move around. So this is like a point and click type interface. And there looks like, okay, so on the edge of the UI on the right hand side, that'll highlight the different things or the direction of things I can actually interact with. So we can only go over here. I want to go to the cool zone. I go to the bathroom, jukebox just to go in. Let's hop over here. What up, dude? Hello there, traveler. I'm going to help you. How might you help me? Who are you? Hold down button to select. Okay. I'm the humble caretaker of this little place we call the Stop. The front of our house, so to speak. We can went by it a little too fast. I feel that. I went to a party yesterday, and yeah, it was awesome. It really hammered home how much I just want to be around people in general. Which was weird because I didn't know anyone there, but just being there was super nice. But yeah, this weekend's gone by like pretty quick. This place is a little roadside attraction on the outskirts. You know, one of those spaces in between. Oh, we got a title drop. Provide refreshment, relaxation, and restoration to our weary wayfarers. So already, this is exactly what I was thinking this is gonna be. Hey, Toguz, appreciate the lurk, my man. Parents all weekend. Oh man, what, like moving or just kind of doing stuff? Like already, the text is very much. It's just taking a gas station stop, one of those little convenience store stop along the way when you're traveling, and they give it like a more a stronger like metaphorical purpose. It's not just a rest station. It's a place of refreshment, relaxation, and restoration to wayfarers. Like it's getting to the like poetry. It's like poetry, and this is exactly what the first Glitchhikers was as well. Spaces in between. In between what? That's a great question. If we're hitchhiking, if we're gonna be traveling from place to place, we gotta know where we're going and where we're coming from. What an interesting question. In between spaces, in between thoughts and ideas, in between feelings, mostly in between journeys. Get rid of for sale. Oh, he was kind of cleaning up everything. I need to do that. I have so many boxes of stuff that I need to get rid of. But I can't. It's difficult to let go of certain things, or I want to get like a profit off of it, but I'd be so much happier if I just got rid of it. But I can't do it. It's super tough. Get that laundry done. Get those schmelly clothes in that washer there. It's wonderful that you made your way here. I don't know if you meant to. I don't know if any of us are really here at all, frankly. Most people come here between journeys, whether those journeys are physical, mental, spiritual. I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, this is not just a rest, like, this is not a physical rest station. This game does not take place in reality, is what I'm picking up off of here. This is, like I said, introspective. We're going to be learning about life, just thinking of ideas, thinking thoughts, and we're going to be open and honest about them. Right? You could head out into the highway if you'd like, or you could head to the nearby railway and hop aboard the commuter train. We can have options! We have options in our journey! Oh my god. Beginnings are the hardest because the shipping prices are high. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I generally just take stuff to the thrift store. Like, I've sold so little of my things, eventually I just box it up and just literally just get rid of it. Like, don't even ship it anywhere. Just make it go away. And then I just feel really good after, every time I do it. Driving the highway always has a chill kind of vibe to me. But your thoughts may wander to all sorts of topics as you consider the universe around you. Nothing quite like a late-night drive, is there? So classic. I kind of agree. I do like road trips. Your mind is kind of wandering from topic to topic. It's never focusing on one thing. Just as the scenery changes, like your mood and the thoughts that you're thinking change. I do like highway driving. Traveling by train is a more collective journey, in my opinion. Everyone headed in the same direction. Expect a sense of community, but also the kinds of deep personal conversations you can only have in a safe space. Ooh, okay, so that is going to be what type of game we want to. Do we want to have just chill and be well whatever, or like a more personal, like... I think we're just going to go chill. I think we're going to just go chill today and see how that goes. I think most of it's in the thrift store, parent stuff, if they want money for it, they can just donate. Yeah, that's 100% true, Sam. That's 100% true. If it's not your stuff, I gotcha. That makes sense. There's also a nearby park, but it's closed at the moment as they install some new sculptures, and the bus to the airport is running late again. Check back in next time you're here if you want to learn about those. Ooh, okay. What should I expect? Yeah, what should we expect? I mean, this sounds good. This sounds pretty good. Expect the atmosphere of a late-night journey. Expect introspection. Expect an experience. Whatever that experience may be. Prep. You prepping. Audience preparation. I appreciate this. So his head just kind of looks like a weird little heart. It's the same shape of heart as on the logo. That's pretty neat. He has got a little suit on. He's got a little purple rose on his lapel. Very fancy. Very nice. My weekend's been pretty... My weekend actually was pretty good so far, Swooshy. It's been pretty good. I went to a party, I met some people, and then stuff started to get weird, and then I left. There was a whole lot of... There was all sorts of questionably healthy decisions that were being made, but everyone was having a lovely time. Everyone was staying safe. And as a non-intoxicated onlooker, it was an experience for my first party like that, but it was all right. It was good weird. I think it was good weird, but I headed out before it could get to bad weird, let's say. It was interesting. It was interesting. But yeah, I just like hanging out with people, and that just kind of solidified that even more, because I have not been doing well over the past little while. I've been quite lonely and everything, and that helped a lot. That helped me a lot. So it's good. It's good to hang out. Maybe you know what you're looking for out there, maybe not. That's okay too. Sometimes it's nice to see where the journey takes you. I want to see where the journey takes us. But no matter your travels, expect to find others on the same journey. Share your thoughts, your feelings. There's never a right or wrong answer out there. Find your conversations too much, or you need help, you can always ask to stop. Just press the back button whenever you are given dialogue options. Otherwise, you can quit the journey or game at any time. The pause menu. Okay, so we're not like locked into conversation choices. If it's gonna go in a direction we don't want, we can just back up and go somewhere else with it. That's cool. This seems more like an introspection and like thought tool, maybe not tool, activity, rather than like a full-on game. Like it's just let's just see what's out there. And yeah, I expect some interesting stuff, and not gonna judge it. We're not gonna judge it. I'll always be here if you need to talk to someone. Check back in between journeys. Versus outside of experience, a link is available in Podmania as well. And yeah, and that link goes to that the mental health resources website, which is awesome. And I love, like, I love, absolutely adore that these types of experiences becoming more popular, like these types of non-games, the very much just topic focused, like just a way to interact and get a different experience about a topic, or actually explore some element of something that isn't focused on being a game. I like that they're becoming more popular. They've always kind of been around, but I'm seeing more and more. Look at the night sky out there. The moon's watching over you tonight. All watching over you. Okay, that's a little spooky. That's a little spookamadooks. We got those blinks. It's very interesting. Got a phases of the moon, like dreamcatcher looking thing up there. A stick, like a branch. That's cool. Oh, some tchotchkes. I want to look at the tchotchke. A little street light. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're at the cool zone. Oh my god. We're going to check out fridge 1. I would. Oh my goodness. I want this. Oh, it's the clerk. It's the clerk. You can see him. He's got a little, like, an anime looking look to him. He's got the rose on there. That's cool. I like that a lot. That's really good. Looks like I can't buy any of these, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, so these all have his face on them. That's cool. I wonder if we're gonna get more types of... Oh, I wanna go some more types of drinks and stuff in the fridges if we find more characters. That's really cool. I'm already in this. I'm already loving this. Okay, so we can go to the highway, the railway. So there's also a park, which we can't get to yet, and the airport, which we can't get to yet. We're gonna go to the highway. Yeah, we're gonna go to the highway. We're gonna go the chill route first, and we're gonna see how this goes. Yeah, it's gonna be low key. Gonna just drive. Maybe we'll pick up some hitchhikers, think about stuff, listen to some tunes.
Good evening, and welcome to Radio 90 Night Drive. Thanks for tuning in. The story goes that early film viewers panicked at the sight of a train rushing towards them. On the web, we navigate spaces shaped by information and data. In video games, we will our avatar bodies to weave around obstacles, and in VR, our stomachs turn at the edge of a digital cliff. We immerse ourselves in a reality on a screen, a reality that is no less real than any other. Realities within realities that sometimes tell us more about our own reality than what we think is real. And what we think is real is telling. What will your brain tell you as you drive the dark roads of reality? What truths are rushing towards you? And when the spectacle gets all too real, will you panic like the apocryphal film viewers, or drive on? With our next song, Seatbacks and Tray Tables.
Dark synth bass, let's go. Oh, Sagan, Mythton, Vitruvian Legacy. There's a hitchhiker there. We picked him up. All right, let's go. What's up? I like that radio is all about, like, the subjectivity of experience and perception. That's a good point. Like, yeah, we're just all traveling through life, you know? We don't know what's going on more than anyone else does. Just you take it as it comes. Thanks for the pickup. I was beginning to think if it would be hours before I got a lift from something worthy. Bad experience hitchhiking before. Never picked up a hitchhiker before. I've never picked up a hitchhiker before. This is technically the first hitchhiker. So let's go with that. Never picked up a hitchhiker before. Circular logic is 30 kilometers away. the first time for everything. Don't be nervous. Just the next rest stop would be great. Good drive can fix a lot. Mind if I smoke? Please don't smoke. Driving like this, it's all just a metaphor, baby. Oh, we're getting into it. Driving's calming. You know what? I agree. Driving is nice, calming. Lets you be alone with your thoughts. Is that a joint? Good old BC bud. Everybody needs a little time with their thoughts. Get to know them better, you know? This very much is... There's a stretch of highway going between Alberta and British Columbia that I have to drive quite a bit. That looks a lot like this. That also has these tunnels that aren't this big, but this very specific road along a mountain that kind of weaves left and right, up and down. Just big gorges to one side or the other, just full of trees. This very much is kind of already hitting that very specific, like, moment in time, that, like, sense memory of driving that stretch of highway. Oh, I love it so much. They say the journey is more important than, you know, the other thing. Why are you driving? Not asking where we're going, because he doesn't care about the destination. He's even, the other thing. Why are we driving? Are we getting somewhere? Trying to find something? Is it a spiritual thing? Or just because we like it? We don't want to think about it too much. How are we driving? Like, we're treating a driving a journey as like a metaphor. Like, what is the destination? Do we care about the destination? I mean, I do. I mean, there's stuff that I want to do. There's certain things that I would like to accomplish, places I want to be. So yeah, just to get somewhere. Utilitarian, grounded. That's cool. When I was a kid, we had a cabin out on one of the islands. At night, you could see thousands of stars. It was so bright, you didn't need a flashlight. Gave them all names: Atticus and Caesar, Ruta and Saul. They fought each other in wars of my making. Alliances formed and were broken. Explosions burst across the sky. I was a god to them. Oh, jeez, dude. Just shutting them down right off the bat. There is no god. Nah, it's fine. I think the stars are a light in the darkness. We had some imagination. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, hey kid, you really had some imagination back then. Yeah, might have been a coping strategy. Speed up a little bit, actually. Oh, I can't. Can I slow down? I can slow down. What looks like 100 kilometers is the speed limit. My parents pretty much ignored me. Father was too drunk, mother too busy. But I still remember those days fondly. Think that says something about me? I would say so. Yeah, in the formative years, someone not getting any sort of attention at all. Yeah, I'd say so. Probably does. One day a man came to the grassy spot where I played. He said he was from the stars, and he pleaded for my mercy. I told him it was all make-believe. He just shook his head. Huh, okay. That actually happened. I mean, that doesn't really matter. It's an interesting story nonetheless. Did you stop? That's gonna say something about our hitchhiker. You know, I don't remember. I guess I must have. I never saw him again. Too bad I was never really a kid. Thanks for the lift. And he's gone. That's hitchhiker number 1. That's... Yeah, alright. Okay, I'm on board.
Spirits surround us. Ideas.
Is that the Binding of Isaac narrator?
Speak with us. Drive with us. Their reality, their existence is immaterial. Their
we can go faster.
Their influence paves the road we travel. They question us. We question them. We seek to understand the forces that surround us. They will never let us. Question them anyway. It's the only way. Jellyfission is up next.
Oh man, what a jammer.
Who drives with you, driver?
Who drives with you? This is really going hard with like the subjectivity of reality. Oh man, we blink and then the cars change places. That's really interesting. What up, Sage? How are you? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. We're driving. We're having a long, lonely drive down the BC highway towards it doesn't matter. How are you doing? Yeah, so far the themes seem very pointed towards subjectivity. Like that kid pretending that like he has wars in the stars, and then it turns out that that actually like may be a thing, but also doesn't really matter. Like he doesn't know. It's all we have our own experiences, right? How we perceive things. Been a rough month. Working an extra hour 4 days a week does that. Yup. I've been there. I've been there, dude. I'm sorry to hear it. I love just seeing those taillights just kind of off in the distance, never being close enough. We just know there's other people traveling, but we'll never know them, and we don't know why they're going or doing what they're doing. Yeah, let's pick up this person. Just the nearest hospital. The baby's just about ready to pop out. Thanks for the pickup. Not many of your species seem willing to help me. Alright. Oh, beautiful eyelashes. Beautiful eyelashes. And of course I would help you. With a baby on the way? My goodness. What is going on? My species. You're not human? That's a... Yeah, that's kind of an important question. Notice that, did you? On a little planet in the Triangulum Galaxy. Our star got too close to another system and almost collided with a blue giant. There was a war, and it made the planet totally unlivable, of course. So we left. I don't like. The story seems unlikely. The little girl from the islands caused it. Oh, they're connecting. They're connecting stories. Oh my goodness. I mean, does it matter if the girl did it? Like, she doesn't know. What's the planet like? That's much more. I find that much more interesting. What was the planet like? Say it was once beautiful. A night sky full of moons, bioluminescence everywhere. I only knew it as getting ripped apart. The journey here was long but wonderful. There are so many worlds in the galaxy, so much life. A little planet of tiny volcanoes and boababs, a civilization of artists and dreamers who believe we're all just living in someone else's story. Tribes of nomadic people who live amongst the stars. I honestly, Sage, not really. Not really. Haven't been doing bad. But I know things will get better. I don't think it'll get better. Just trying to take some time to actually improve stuff. Just stuff getting in the way, being very frustrating. But I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Stuff's not as bad as it could be. So I'm trying to take advantage of that. I appreciate it. Thank you for asking. You know, all the elements of that form of life were created in the heart of a star that exploded, spreading the elements throughout the galaxy. You and me were made of stars. It's full of stars! Oh, it's a movie reference? I would probably say that. That's probably my response. I'm pretty rough around. Bruh, that's been the year. So don't even worry about it. It's tough to put a happy face on all the time. It kind of is. Even though I don't have to. I know I don't have to. But it's tough, and it kind of wears on you after a while. But you know, it's also still good to recognize like what's good and what's bad. You know, like actually take stock and not just go off your gut feelings, and like really consider your actual position instead of just, oh man, everything feels bad, because everything's been feeling bad for a while. But every time I look at it, like really look at it, everything feels better, because what is going on is manageable. It's not as overwhelming as it feels. So that makes me feel better. Star stuff. We are one with the universe, or that's the first thing you said that makes sense. I would go with the reference. That's probably what I would actually respond. It's the compartmentalization dance. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to do that though, right? Everything is kind of connected to each other. Like, I need a new job and I'm looking for a new apartment, but those are connected. I can't afford most of the places I'm looking for, and I can't afford without getting a new job. But it's tough to get a new job without being in a good spot that I can, like, that I feel good about myself and be able to sell myself. So it's all kind of interconnected. It's tough to compartmentalize, but sometimes it's necessary, for sure. Oh, I don't get the movie reference? My goodness, 2001. In many mythologies in this world, the sun is a deity of power, light, fire, strength. Some myths say it must be reborn every year, whereas the earth goddess represents life, birth, and fertility. But really, there would be no life without the sun, no earth without the sun. We're all born from stars like the sun. Shouldn't the sun god be the creator of life? Ooh, that's an interesting point, yeah. All things could be worse. It's better to celebrate what we have than more losses, like pieces. I mean, Yeah, saying that everything could be worse, you know, doesn't take away the difficulty of what's happening either. But it is good to have perspective and be realistic. If someone's just like, oh, don't be sad, things could be worse. Nah, that's some toxic behavior. Stuff is still bad, or not as good as it could be. But it, like, being objective about it, at least for me, that at least helps make it manageable, and then I can improve on it. I have to forgive the ancients their mistake. They were foolish, just a metaphor. I prefer the idea of an earth goddess and the focus on our planet instead of elevating ourselves to the stars. That's big bottom energy, dude. Both of those are also very gendered. Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. The whole, like, gender power dynamic in myths is so interesting. It makes sense, but it's still very, very interesting. Gender is such a confusing set of rituals and symbols on this planet. But I'll have to figure it all out soon. After all, my baby will be growing up surrounded by it, like everyone else here. That's a great point. That's a great point. No matter how weird it is, you gotta deal with it in one way or another. My sister lost a baby. For years she couldn't talk about it. But one day she said to me, it's just as well. This universe doesn't care about life. I'll wait for the next one. Oh, that's sad. I can't wait. I won't wait. Fortunately, the hospital's just up here. Sonder. You know what that is? It's the sudden realization that every other person, all the people around you, driving those cars, are fully conscious people with their own stories and goals and loves and thoughts. Let's think about that for a second. Oh, okay, bye. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Other people are people too, just as much as you or I am.
May stretch before us,
and sometimes that hits harder than other times.
13.77 billion years since the universe was created. Over 5 trillion days. When we can't truly comprehend that number, is that really finite? Can meaning be found? Or are we destined to drive onward in bafflement, lost as a speck of time about to blink out? Don't blink, driver.
Taurus Reptiles is up next.
Taurus Reptiles? Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. Kind of vibing with this. Oh, I thought I saw something. I love this art style. The stars going past, all the purple to pinks. The harsh lines, the low poly aesthetic. Ah, it's so good. I like it a whole heckin' a lot. I really love road trips. I like them a lot. Especially going through small towns or areas where it thinks that it doesn't seem like people should be for one reason or another, but then thinking about why they might be there. Like, is there some industry that I'm unaware of, or like is there like a lake that people love spending time on? It's especially historical. Maybe their families had the land for a long period of time, so this is just where they can exist. I don't know, but it's really interesting. It's really interesting to try to piece together context clues just by moving through a space like that. I find it fascinating. And it's never true, you know? I'll never be able to figure it out, but it's fun. It's a fun thing. And like the Eye Lady said, you get that sense of Sonder. People around you are real people too. That's cool. What up, dude? Alas, poor Yorick. Oh, thanks for the ride. I was lost in thought for a moment. Ooh. Where are you headed? Where are you headed? That's the most important thing to know when you're picking up a hitchhiker. Into the future, inevitably. Bud, what a dodge. What a flippin' dodge, dude. Nah, come on. Look at this thing. Who's a CRT screen anymore? Wait, yeah, he's just holding a TV on his lap. What is... Okay, he's just an eyeball. Or an eye thing. Just looking at a TV. I can't help but consider all the facets of technology in our lives. Good and the bad. Not when I'm so attached to it. Of course we all are, if not so literally. I guess he is attached to it. Is he drawing on it? It's kind of hard to see through this the subtitle window. It looks like he was drawing on the screen. People have such polarized views on technology. Don't give up any of your privacy or let it into every aspect of your life. It's a natural part of how we move through life, or it's inscrutable and unnecessary. It's ruining the world, or it'll save the world. Ooh, this dude. Oh, what a zoomer. It improves our lives, we're better off without it, it's inevitable, or it's complicated. It's flipping complicated, bud. Like, all the negative things this technology has more to do with how, like, things like how our data is being used, who's making money, where they're being produced. All of them are solvable problems. It's not the technology itself, it's how people are trying to use it to gain power. At least in my own opinion. So I would say it's very complicated. It's definitely all of these things. Like, it does improve our life, but also there's a lot of aspects that it would be objectively better for our well-being if we just didn't have it. But it's also, like, improving our productivity, and we're so attached to it that it's kind of will continue. It's going to continue going on. Like, that's just the way that it is, I think. So yeah, it's very complicated. I would say so. Big, broad topics have so many moving parts. You want to make big, sweeping statements, a big thumbs up or thumbs down? Not so simple as all that, though, is it? It's so easy to misstep with technology. After all, it's as fallible as its creators, and its creators are often very fallible. Algorithms are designed by people, and people are often ignorant of their biases, or seduced by profit. Like all the, like all those, like all the facial recognition algorithms, they're trained on data that, for the most part, doesn't include like any ethnic people, so it just cannot handle and so are excluding like black people, for instance. That was a huge issue that a couple years ago. I remember reading about that. Like those internal biases will continue on into whatever people create in technology, and it's impossible to be fully cognizant of them. There's always going to be a human factor and all that stuff. It's also saved lives, created a connected world unlike ever before, perpetuated child labor and harmful extractive colonialism. Technology isn't the solution to every problem, and more data isn't always better. But also, data is good, and technology isn't always the enemy. Simply turning your back on it out of principle doesn't help anyone either. Based, dude. Are climate change, war, poverty just one innovation away from being solved? Is technology going to save the world? Of course not. Not alone, at least. Not without good people to guide it, and good people to do the work technology can. Are you one of those good people? I don't, well, I do kind of, actually. Am I good? There's no I'm not a good person, which is totally fair. Oh, that's totally fair. Everyone likes to think they're the hero, but really it's whether or not you have any responsibility. Because I do work in tech. I do make some small things. Good is, well, it is subjective, but it's also something that it depends, your own rubric for it, I think, is subjective. But you can check things against it, I think. I like to think I'm a good person. I like to think so. But who knows? Honestly, I am kind of scared about the types of things that could happen. About even the stuff that I'm making right now for the school that I work for. I honestly am not a fan of making essentially tutorial things on how to do more oil field extraction. I don't like that I'm doing that. But if I'm not doing it, yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna lie. But I know people that work in the oil field and that are going to be using these materials to learn how to do it are doing it to support their families too. So I honestly don't know. We all would. I bet the billionaires think so too, and yet they aren't. Agree. It's a headline-driven world. We lose all nuance. We're inundated with myths. They say anonymity allows people to harass and abuse, but people do that anyway, and anonymity helps protect people too. They say video games make people violent. Simply untrue. Research has found video games have no significant impact on violent behavior and can even promote empathy. And there's this idea that the solution to technology is more technology. For every real innovation that can help mitigate climate change, there's a host of cash grab scams. This robot boats are going to clean all the world's rivers. They don't mention anything about microbeads. Yeah, and all those ones that are like taking trash out of the oceans too. Like, it's just for all the good it does, it's just not enough in the same way. Like, we got to keep innovating, but is innovating itself just doing more harm than the good that it eventually produces? I hate this dude. I hate it so much. Engagement demands outrage, and absolutes create outrage. That's kind of, yeah, you know what, that is kind of true. Yeah, engagement should not be, yeah, that's true. People don't think critically enough. That's pretty broad. Life is too complex. It needs to be simplified for people. I think people simplify it for themselves. I don't think it needs to be simplified for them, but people pick and choose. We're all just looking for answers. Boosh! That's the one, fam. Because that is 100% true. What is going on with this landscape also? We moved away from the forest. I wasn't even paying attention. Man, does that ever happen? Ever happen to you guys? When you're like driving or you're riding somewhere and then just your brain shuts off? Oh, that's cool. I love that. The power lines there, kind of going off in the distance that way. Oh, that looks cool. And then you're just all of a sudden you're somewhere else. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that phenomenon is, but I love it. I love it so much. That way you drive. No matter what else, you have to take it all seriously. Social media is the new town square. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Cryptocurrency is killing the planet. Facial recognition can and will profile us as much as any cop. Yup. Zen state. It's not zen so much because you still have to actively participate in the drive. Like, I think zen is more of like a spiritual aspect. This is much more like a perceptual one. You just stop seeing the world for a period of time. It's kind of scary because who knows what would have happened if there's something on the road. Like, it's weird. It's a weird thing. You have to find a way to push back against all that. Take it seriously. Because alongside all that is global collective action, massive fundraising, manifestos, and net neutrality, and creative commons, leftism, let's go, global commune. I don't know how any of that stuff would work, but technology is not worth taking seriously. It is what it is. Technological advances are worth the negatives that come with them, or we have to fight even harder against the negative technology. I sit here. There are a lot of positives. I do believe we need to keep the positives that things like social media has brought us. The things like, even like this platform, right? Like, this is Twitch and live streaming in general is a massive technological shift in certain ways, like in culture and communication, and being able to meet other people and get exposed to new ideas and new just new all sorts of things. Like, that's awesome, but also exploitation and just the amount of energy it takes to run something like this. Like, it's not great. Also, the proliferation of like the far right on Twitch and other platforms is also very much not good. But there's some really good things too. But like, I'm in this camp. Like, we need to keep the positives. On the one hand, because they're awesome. On the other hand, like, they're not going away. Pandora's box is opened, proverbially. It's not gonna be closed again. It's out. But we have to fight even harder to make sure that we minimize the negative effects as much as possible. Can we summon the collective will before it's too late? Ultimately, we have to find a way to move through an imperfect world. This thing, poor Yorick, is a burden, but it's also a boon. Oh, so that's who he was calling, like, the TV. That was his, like, his reference to technology. The alas, poor Yorick, I knew him. Yeah, it's like his bittersweet relationship with technology. That's what this dude's all about. Oh my goodness, the narrative, the metaphor. My goodness, it's at least 2 layers deep. More to the point, it's reality. Technology is part of our world now. We have to find a way to move through this world. How do we all move through this world? Are you one of the good people? The ride. Aye, later.
How well can we truly know one another? We're surrounded by each other every day. We see, we speak, we listen, we love,
we teach, we touch, but we can never know.
I want to go to World 8. Let's go.
We can never experience the world exactly how someone else does. We can never be inside their head.
That's true. That's a true fact. I hate thinking about that.
We're all on this journey together.
I'm never actually going to know another person.
Head on, wheels, driver.
That really gets to me.
Xenon is up next.
I really like the mountains in the background, like in the far distance. I like that a lot. Like these wide plains just of irregular hills. I needed this video game. I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna get like no viewers here, but I need this video game. 11 Z's. Hello, Afo. How you doing? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for 11 heckin' months. It means a whole lot. It means a whole heckin' lot. Hope you're doing okay. I'm glad you're doing good. Boosh, bish, boosh, bosh. There we go. Oh, 11. Where did you get that emote? That's so good. Oh my god. That's so good. I love it. It's amazing. That big burb energy. This game was an Errant Signal video. Yes, so Errant Signal did a video that included this, the initial itch version of this game. That's just Glitchhikers, which I adored. I played it before that Errant Signal video came out, but he did talk about the original old one, the old game. This is all new stuff. This is all new stuff. Like a not cherry blossom, like a cherry blossom tree. That was cool. Maybe some of the best of everything. I've never heard of Nady. Should I follow Nady? I've not heard of them. Are they cool? Are they vibing? They got 6,000 viewers. They don't need my follow. However, they seem pretty cool. I'll drop a follow. I'll check them out sometime. I'll drop a follow. We'll see
days to explore.
We'll see what they're doing. Hella vibin'. I love hella vibin'. Flippin' take it. Alright, Hitchhiker, what you got going on? You got a little moon. You got a little moon on your head. You're like, look, you're shaped like that guy up there. What are you doing? Look at you, little guy. Just making room for my chair in the back. Well, there's a chair back there. What is that? There's something. Oh, it's the wheels. It's a wheelchair. Okay. I also did the best Peppa Pig stream I've ever seen. Sold. Flippin' sold, bud. Were you able to get in okay? Where you headed? There's plenty of room back there. We get in okay. Yeah, okay, so if this is gonna be talking about disability, yeah, let's just get in on that. To get in okay. Well, sure, I can walk for short periods, just don't want to get stuck somewhere without it. The chair's a part of me, literally in some ways. They're a cyborg, like I am with my glasses. Travel for me is always something special. Even the most mundane trips. I mean, movement can bring challenges, but there's always something new and interesting to discover, to uncover. Things you haven't seen before, didn't know were there. I guess? I'm not a huge fan of, like, actual travel. Like, going to, like, another country. I like travel within my country, because I know that I can handle whatever comes. But I guess it depends on the type of travel, for sure. You find that? So much to see. I've seen it all. I'm just trying to get from A to B. You know what? That's still much closer. Like, yeah. I don't take the scenic route because I take the shorter route. You don't find any magic in the journey itself? No wonder at all the places you pass? No sense of sonder for all the people around you? I had a friend. Have a friend. Wanted to explore the unexplored. They set out into the universe, leaving the Milky Way far behind. They send me messages sometimes, little cosmic postcards about their latest discoveries. A whole civilization orbiting a black hole, stretched in time. A little planet of tiny volcanoes, babs. Oh, they'd like to put the pregnant alien. The alien with the baby. This is the same stuff. A world made entirely of living planets, down to its core. That sounds cool. It's all planets, Morty! We gotta go! I can't respond to them, of course. By the time I get their message, it's been years since they sent it, and they've long moved on to some new galaxy. I can only read what they send and hope they know I'm happy and healthy. Why don't you join them? That must be hard. I mean, yeah, that does sound hard, not being able to, like, communicate with your friends. The one-way communication, like, only... Yeah, that sounds incredibly tough for someone that you care about, for sure. But you put it in the back seat. There's a wheelchair. The wheelchair. Must be nice to hear about their adventures. I mean, both of these are true. Why didn't you join them? I mean, yeah, why didn't you join them? At the end of the day, it wasn't a journey I was willing to take. To leave everything else, everyone else. I love hearing about my friends and discoveries, but I'm content to stay here, exploring my local area. It doesn't matter if someone else has already explored it. I can always find something new and interesting and create a shared experience with whoever had been there before. Boosh! I feel exactly the same way. Like, I don't need to have all these, like, exotic experiences. I just want to connect with a human being with something that we can share. Like, yeah, I'm with it. I feel this hiker. I like that they also all, their names are just hiker. We never get, like, first names. Because they're not, it doesn't matter who they are. They're all people just like me. Names aren't important. Just experiences and thoughts are in this game. It's neat. I like it. Did you know, just in the city I live in right now, there's a tree that was uprooted and replanted upside down, and it's still thriving? Really? Or that there were war-era tunnels under an anthropology museum? Hold on. Is this a true thing? Oh, look at this. Tree replanted upside down. I'm doing this real quick. Upside down tree at Glacier Gardens in Alaska. Let's see. Dozens of hemlock and spruce trees with their tops driven into the ground and roots hanging in the air. Unlike the boabab, the upside-down trees at Glacier Gardens are not natural. They're landscape. Okay. Collected the felled trees, flipped them over, replanted, and turned them into natural flower pots. Okay. Interesting. That's cool. Okay, yeah, I would, if you... Yeah. Hold on. Look at this. Yeah, these are upside down replanted trees that I guess are still alive, I think, looking at this article. And they use them for they root for flower pots. So they just plant flowers up there. They're covered in moss and everything. Like, that's cool. Like, that's cool. I like that a lot. That's a really neat thing. It just planted a bunch of felled trees and they use the roots for support. That's pretty cool. That's a cool thing. I never would have heard about that. The city wouldn't let them build the court building as a skyscraper. So the architect just turned the plans on their side to create a building that stretches across 2 whole blocks instead. Yo, Chad move. That'll show him. There's all those unknowns out there. There's an urgent imperative for us to understand our own homes, too. We live here, we work here, we play here, and others do, too. We shouldn't take that for granted. Yeah, it's a good point. You need to focus on where you live and the people around you before, branching out to, like, the cosmic perspective. There's so much about our own homes we don't usually know, places we don't go, maybe because they're deemed dangerous, usually just for being outside our social circles, our lived experience. But we should know those places too, try to understand them, learning how other people live and why. We have to have empathy, otherwise we all just stay in our bubbles, in our loud echo chambers. And nothing ever changes for the better. Yes, understanding and mutual connection are what leads to just good things. Just good things. You can't make something better if you don't understand it first. Complexities get in the way of progress. There's not always 2 sides to every story. I semi-disagree. Why should I try to have empathy for others who refuse to reciprocate? That's... I mean, empathy... Yeah, you don't have to accept them, but you should still try to understand them. so much we don't understand, but some don't reciprocate. Let's hit this one. Let's hit this one. At the end of the day, perhaps some people show us they don't deserve our time, our energy, but I don't think that's true of most people. Anyway, that's why I love to travel like this, finding all those places, learning about other folks, how they live, how we all live. I do miss my friend, though. I miss seeing them. Just traveling together. The road can be lonely alone. I miss friends, too. I do. I'm sorry. Sometimes people we love leave our lives. Their impact on us remains. We're changed for the better because of them. Oh well, there's so much to see, so much more to explore. Why is it that you drive? Why do I drive? It's just asking me again. For something, understanding maybe. Driving helps me find it. You know what? I think that's actually probably closer. Well, I hope you do find it, or at least find the next stop in your path. When we really look at all the places we live, the spaces we move through, we're like the eye of the universe, observing the wonder of existence, being known. It's important not to just exist here. We should appreciate it. Appreciate our home, care for it as we do ourselves, as we should each other. Okay, bye. There is a difference between existing and living in a space, that's for sure. It's just playing like random noises. Like you can see the radio station numbers. It kind of keeps changing. Interesting. I don't know why that's happening. Yeah, every time he blinks, the radio station number changes. That's great. Saint Exupery. Let's go to Hollow Hill. Yeah, let's go in this lane. Yeah. Or maybe we're just at a place where we're just not getting radio signal. That might be more the thing. Ooh, what's going on over there? There's a big red light. What's that? I don't know. It's something for sure. Well, we'll never know. I don't know about you. I think this is a pretty neato burrito. And I also like that this game definitely has a perspective, right? All the things it's kind of bringing up.
Stretches before us all, whether we drive it or not. Where does it lead you? Do you have a destination in mind, or is the future a mystery? Does that ribbon of highway disappear in darkness, or is there a light that guides you? Is life taking you on a journey, or do you set your own path? We all have a path to follow or forge. It intersects with others, stoplights and mergers and exits. Sometimes it stretches for miles alone. But we're not alone, are we, driver? No matter what we might tell ourselves. Now count back with me, driver. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't, that's dangerous. Don't do this.
Welcome back. This has been Radio 90 Night Drive. Travel safely. Good night.
We're at our destination. We made it. We got here. Well, this is how Glitchhikers also ended, so I think we're gonna have a choice. If we can actually stop, or we can decide to keep going. Which is arbitrary. Like, that's it. That's the ending. But yeah, like, if we reach the destination, do we stop? Do we stop traveling? Like, stop learning? We got to where we wanted to be? Or do we continue on? Is it not good enough? Say keep going. We're going to keep going. Although I think it ends either way, but right lane exit only. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep traveling because also I'm going to do that anyway. This was about an hour. We're gonna keep driving. There's more life to live. There's more stuff to see. I got achievement. Keep driving, driver. Hell yeah. That's Glitchhikers. However, that's not Glitchhikers. There is I know there's a lot more that's in this game. We've only saw like what, five of the hikers, I think, and they were working on this game for a very long time. There is a ton more in here, a lot more topics, a lot more hikers to see. Also, those different journeys on the railroad, go to the airport, all that stuff. Oh, we're going again. We are going again. And we're gonna talk about more. So what do you guys think? Like, what do you think this is? Spoilers, more game. I mean, I don't think there's more gameplay, but there's definitely more something. There's 4 voice actors: conductor, podcast host, TV host. Interesting. There's so much music in this game, also. Oh my god. But yeah, so what do you think about this game? Like, what do you think about any of the like the themes that came up? Like I don't know about you. This really is just more of a way to just think about things, which I think is important. Think about things is important, just in general. Even if you don't come to any sort of conclusions. Very much an existential game like that. I like this too. Here's the most as thickest pancake I've ever made. Thanks, Toe Guzzler. They were just so good. Put it in the Discord. Put it in the Put it in the Geese Burgers channel. I want to see it. I want to celebrate your thick ass pancake. Better chill stream game than a personal game. Isn't better to share. I guess so. Yeah. Bet your tail. You appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, like these are all kind of like universal things that it kind of mentioned, like the subjectivity of perception and not actually being able to get inside of someone's head, and like the idea of just how gender kind of is everywhere that we got to deal with, our relationship with technology and how it's complicated, where we're going, and the disability and losing friends. Like, these are all very universal things that we worry about, that we just kind of brush off, or it's like, oh, that's just the way that it is, and not actually try to like analyze it in any actual way, shape, or form. And I think this game is good for just trying to take some of those universal themes and worries, I guess. I don't even know if worries is the right thing. This isn't really about worries so much, at least not directly. But those types of experiences, and put a lens on them. It's like, hey, this is a thing that exists. What do you think about it? Think you try one with us? More journeys await. Hell yeah. I think there's value in that. Like, I've been talking with a couple friends for a while over the past like, oh geez, like over the past like year and a half, 2 years, just about this kind of stuff, because it's really been bothering me, like this type of stuff specifically. And doing that has very much Infinite Drive, the highway, the path, the railway, the terminal. Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff I could do. Oh my lord. But yeah, there's a lot. I see a lot more value in this game, especially now, having been able to like talk about stuff. Oh, it's different. It's a tree now. It was a tree like before. It's a tree. Oh my god. I want to see this pancake. I want to see this pancake. Oh my word! Look at that pancake. Look at that thick ass pancake. How could you make that? And look at, it's like perfectly golden brown on the side too. How can it be so thick and not be gooey in the middle? Like, how did you do that? How the heck did you do that? Damn, boy, thick boy. Damn, whoopah! Look at that pancake. Last few seconds of the game, so I'm lost on context. There is no like, don't worry. We're gonna go on another journey, SkyJ. Don't you worry. We're gonna check it out. But look at this pancake. What a half a batch into one, my boy. Make sure that it's cooked all the way through. Those don't get salmonellas. Okay, anyway, I gotta deal with something real quick. Okay, cool. Check out the fridge. Oh, yes, there is more. There's more in here. There's... Oh, these are the different characters. Oh. So this was the first hitchhiker that we found, the toker. Then there was the alien, like the pregnant alien. We could, oh, okay. So this is all the characters. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. There's 12 different unique characters, 12 different unique hitchhikers. And then each of these has like those branching dialogue choices. And then as we meet them, this will fill out more and more. Okay, so that's journey 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 different... Oh my goodness, there's a lot of different conversations to have in the game. Alright, Clerk. Moderately low, temp for longer. The clap of its dewy cheeks alerts the diners. Okay with Seminole, though. It's just a longer weekend with extra sleeps. That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. I didn't think of it that way. Welcome back to the stop, traveler. I hope your journeys have been insightful. Oh, also, I know the fridges of our cool zone are a little empty, but we're slowly restocking. Take a look. I haven't seen yet the bus. The airport is now running, and the nearby park is open. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Remind what's available around here, what to do, how does this work, thanks for help. About the journeys. Yeah. Happy to help. Which one? The park path. I don't remember you talking about this the first time. Sometimes it's nice just to go for a walk in the park. Here, surrounded by nature, you may find yourself considering the vast wonders of the universe. Choose the paths you want to walk and the direction to take your conversations. There are many areas in the park to find. If you find yourself getting lost, better check the map. It's easier than you think to get around quickly. What is the terminal? If you've ever flown before, you know the experience of being stuck in the airport longer than you'd like. And I hear there aren't many flights going in and out tonight. Wandering the airport terminal can be its own kind of meditation. And purgatorial though it may be, maybe there's some fun to be had in flight after all. Just be aware, when you're stuck, there's no obvious journey's end. Explore, find folks to talk to, and simply quit when you're ready. Okay, and then the railway was a journey aboard a commuter train. Travel by train is about a collective journey, so the community, deep personal conversations you can have in a safe space. Ooh, do we want to do that? We probably don't want to do that. I think let's go to the park. I think going to the park sounds nice. I like wondering about the mysteries of the universe does sound like a nice time. I will say that the mouse sensitivity in this section is way lower than I would have liked. Oh, I want to click the jukebox. I can't click the jukebox, unfortunately. Their bike today. Oh man, that sucks. There's another friend of mine who biffed it on a scooter and is in the hospital currently, still over the past like 4 days. It seems like 4 days. It could be shorter than that, but yeah, I'm glad you only got some minor scrapes. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, literally, wear a helmet no matter what you're doing. If you're getting on a bird scooter, wear a flippin' helmet, right? Riding a bike, wear a helmet. Do it. Or coming to get you. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. Go for a walk in the park and just think about life. Ooh, podcasts. Okay. Yeah. All right, beginnings.
Hello. Welcome to Some Awe, a meditation on wonder. What happens when you point a telescope at the spaces between the stars? If it's an optical telescope searching for visible light, then you will see nothing. Darkness. But if you use a radio telescope and aim it past the moon and the stars and the galaxies, right into that darkness, then you find the beginnings of the universe itself. Light from the cosmic aftermath of the Big Bang.
These are all the places that we can go.
Visible.
Okay.
Not anymore. 13.7 billion years have stretched out those waves from white light to microwaves. Faint.
Oh.
Faded. But still there. Still finding us after traveling since the beginning of time. a memento from the universe's childhood, given to all children who gaze beyond the stars.
Interesting. Now bars turned away that makes sense, and it's a line. Oh no! Started carrying all the hex bits to fix everything. Kept going. Jesus. Okay, I'm glad it wasn't like a full, like, over the handlebars situation. That's good. I want to talk. You can't hear with your headphones in. Oh, you gotta pause it. You gotta flip and pause it. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, my immersion. Oh my goodness. All right, hiker. Tell me about yourself. Oh, hey there. It's a lonely night out here. Wasn't expecting to summon up another face. This park is a little refuge of nature, nestled amongst the noise of my world, of the world, of my immersion. I love nature. I love getting away from the structures of humanity to the wilderness of nature, away from the chaos of people to the order of the cycles of life. So I thought I'd paint it in all its structured, chaotic wonder. It's you out here. Oh yeah, we did meet them in the first journey. It's a lovely park. Why is there a park in the middle of nowhere? It doesn't matter, right? It's on Crown Land. The government can do whatever they want. Hello again. Yeah, we did talk to this person before. You found your way to a new journey. Hope the rest of your last one was worthwhile. Art is a oh, it's gonna be about art. Hell yeah. Art is a reflection of the world you live in. Natural or cultural or constructed. I like coming out to see the world, to see how I might see it through the lens of art. Yeah, that's true. Like, you can't make art about something that you have no knowledge about. Like, you have to know at least something. All art, good or bad, tells a story. It tells many stories. What story it tells depends on what you bring to it. Your own experiences, your own opinions, your own lens. Yeah. What brings you out here tonight? Ooh, to think, to explore, to wander, to get away. Wanted space to think. One of these two were true. City limits. Once you find bike trails or rabbit hole, you keep finding it. Yeah, I was walking by the Kinsman Sports Center. Just there's a path there, but then up above there's like all these mountain bike trails. We just saw people just like ringing their bells and going on, and yeah, it's crazy. I wanted to think. I want space to think. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I want space to think. Going for a walk. Nothing like a walk in nature to let the mind wander. Well, I suppose a few other liminalities are good too. But we're here now. I used to come to this park as a child, hide among the trees of the enchanted forest, or chase light motes in the grotto. Stare down at the highway from the overpass, give lives and stories to every car passing underneath. Oh, that's Sonder. That's Sonder, bud. Bear bells and bikes need to ring a bell. Yeah, I saw some people with that too. It's a really good idea. I used to come here to imagine what the world was like, how it worked. The echoes of the Big Bang, the trees sending out their little clones, the heart of the world beating far beneath us. I used to come here before it was real, before I painted it into existence. A happy accident. What? Sorry, pardon? Pardon? Your art made it real? It's still not really real. This is all a simulation. Oh, okay. Oh, this is what? Oh, like parks are a simulation. Yeah, like parks aren't like actual nature. It's a constructed area. Okay. How'd you paint it? Your art made it. I mean, I want more clarification what you meant, please. Art made it real. Is art not already real? Question mark. This is in quotes. Okay. There's so many different kinds of art. Sometimes things we find easy to dismiss. Some people decry performance art or modern art. My kid could do that. Of course, I was never a child, so how would I know? That's right, they're a video game, dude. That's true. The important part is to let yourself be open to it. Maybe it's not for you, and that's okay, but maybe you haven't given it a fair chance, or just haven't found the right piece. My performance art, I don't like art like abstract, like classic, modern. I like I like modern art. I like modern art. I like modern art. I do like modern art. Parks are a constructed area, but the trees and unmaintained areas are real, because even if the trees were planted, they do their own thing eventually. Yeah, that's a good point. That is definitely a good point, Guzzleman. that is a good point. Yeah, like you can kind of set up the initial boundaries, but you don't have full control over it. Like nature does take over, for sure, and it becomes it becomes a different thing than what was intended over time. That's just inevitable. And if you just let it go for long enough without constant maintenance, it'll just completely take over. So yeah, that's a fair point. Ships are alive and just make new ones. Exactly. I like modern art. Spirit of experimentation expressed through elementary and rational forms. Why must a painting depict something as it is seen when it can represent something we can't see without art to help us understand? Yeah, like more representational. Yeah. No, like I get that. There's I need to watch some Jodorowsky movies. I started watching El Topo and I just was not getting it. But kind of someone explaining or find some information on how it's more representational of like states of a state of affairs more than like actual events, really, or like metaphors of what's happening on screen might help a little bit. It might help a little bit. So yeah, like something like more representational without that it's easier to get to than someone just like giving you an essay about something. Art can affect you in unexpected ways. Art making can affect the artist in unexpected ways too. Marina Abramovic set up in a gallery to sit across from visitors and engage in silent conversation, exploring emotion and endurance with words. Oh yeah. It was a woman sitting in a big room, and then you could sit in a chair opposite her, and then it was just like eye contact essentially, and it did this for hours and hours and hours, and people had like a very strong reaction to it. I remember this person. There's some people who would cry or found it like really funny in some ways, and it was just like, yeah, silent conversation, emotion, endurance, and wordless communication. Like, yeah, is interesting. Yeah, I've heard about it. I heard a lot of folks cried, which is interesting. Because if you just sit across from someone, like, you're not gonna have that, not really gonna have that type of reaction. I don't think, anyway. But it's presentation, right? Is like, this is art. You're supposed to be thinking about the act itself and what's happening in a critical way. Just that framing, I can see also giving it a lot of introspection. It's not about her at that point. It's about what the other person is bringing, what's inside of them. Like, I can see that. Man, those people need a hug, I think. And so one of the visitors was Ule, an artist and her ex-lover, who she hadn't seen in over 20 years. Really? In that silent moment, the piece shifted, changed, took on new meaning for them and for the audience. The exhibit, The Artist is Present, is a video game now, too. Ironies fully intended. There is a meditation on waiting in line and the barriers to witnessing art at all. A huge transformation. Waiting in line, the barriers... Yeah. Like, there's huge barriers to that. Yeah. I have never heard of this video game. I'm going to look this up real quick. Hold on. The Artist is Present game. It's a 404 when you try to go to the website where it was. That's not ideal. Is this the one? I'm trying to find a link to this game is actually still up. No, it is a 404. That game no longer exists. Sad. I agree, Sam. We all need a hug. Especially you, and especially me. And all of us, I think, do. Art can definitely affect you in unexpected ways. When I sat down to watch The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I was not expecting to fall in love with the sound design. I mean, I hope that's what you fell in love with and nothing else, because I think that movie is shit tier. The sound design is very good. I will give you that. It's a very, very good, very good sound design in that movie. But man, I hated almost everything else about it. Okay, the costumes were really good too. Like, so the visuals actually were pretty cool, but like, I did not enjoy it. Sound was good. I'll grant you. Right, the artist is present. It was also meant to give access to people who live far away and to preserve the experience. Of course, part of the performance art is impermanence, and then an ironic twist of fate, the video game 2 is now lost with deprecation. Oh, they even talk about it. Oh my goodness. All right. Feeling different about art now? Art is pretentious, which, I mean, kind of. Like, pretension is the belief in value before you can prove it, right? Like, it's just like, this is valuable right off the bat. So, like, yeah, it is pretentious, but that doesn't mean it's good or bad. Art is wonderful, I believe. Art is provoking. In and of itself, I don't think so. And art is worthless. No, art's wonderful. Art is wonderful. I think in all senses, art is indeed wonderful. Whether it's provoking or pretentious or awful or horrifying, that's all context, and it's all part of that enduring wonder that art can have. Just when you're trying to create an experience for somebody else, it's neat. John was part of that one guy trying to monologue. It's just gasms. Oh, yeah, it's totally fair. It's totally fair, man. Wonder. What a wonderful word. Art open to the universe. Awesomeness in its truest meaning. Part of understanding the world is sharing unknowns and ideas and questions with others. Reflect on understanding together. All art is reaching for something, and it is in the eye of each beholder that success is determined. Yeah, like that's what people mean, like death of the author. Like it doesn't. What you take from the experience is what's actually valuable, and the value that piece of art has to you. Whether someone's intention is met or not is, like, I think should be considered, whether it's like good or bad, or whether it succeeds or not. But yeah, like all art is reaching for something. It is in the eye of each beholder that success is determined. Yeah, did it achieve it? It's gonna achieve different things for different people. That's just the way that it is. So yeah. Art can find its way into your life in unexpected ways. The important thing is to be open to it. Let it make you think. Let it make you feel. Maybe you won't get anything out of it, and that's okay too. Not all art's for everybody, but it's being open. I agree. Diegetic and non-diegetic music. That's a very cool idea. I never thought about that. Maybe you will. Have a lovely walk. It's a beautiful night. Thank you.
What you get, you should give it away.
You can do a thing. You're gonna sit down and just look around. Oh my goodness.
Friends, just
Can I go back? Hold on. Oh, it's a signpost. Okay, so no, I want to go up. I'm gonna go uphill. No think. Head empty. This already has a very different feel from the driving, yeah. That's cool, and I really like how the moon looks. I really like that. Oh, there's the city. There's the city, and there's a highway. Oh, cool. That was the destination that we were going to. So it actually was much closer than I thought. Okay, where are we? We are here. Yeah, okay, so it's just a big circle. Okay. Yeah. Let's go for a little circle. Let's go for a little walk. It's good to get out and about. I don't walk nearly as much as I want to. Every time I go for a walk, I do enjoy it, but it is difficult for me to find a reason to go walking, if that makes sense. Hold on. I think these subtitles are a little much. Subtitle text. We're gonna go off. We're gonna go off with this. Dialogue choice require click and hold to select turn off to make them single click. Now we'll hold. There we go. We don't need the subtitles on the song lyrics, I think. They are relevant to, like, just thematically, but I mean, we don't necessarily need them. This is nice. I think I like this. This is a big park too with all these paths. You can see it kind of stretches off all the way over there. There's like cool things. Let's check over this. What's that thing? I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, the soundtrack is huge. So the game was on sale a few days ago when I bought it, but the soundtrack was like $25, like almost 30. What is that? What is all that over there? I would love to know what all that stuff is. But yeah, there's a lot of it. It's pretty neat. Oh, we can go over there. Look at location on map until you blink to warp there. Okay. So that is how warping works. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go. Let's go that way. Let's go this way. We're not gonna go to Mexico yet. But yeah, like, it's just a chill time. It's just a chill time to go on walks more often. We have a pretense now that I've started taking down those "we buy houses" gentrification signs.
Can you feel light on your skin? The tingle of trillions of massless particles bouncing off of you? Do you detect the warmth of their energy being absorbed and transferred? When light hits a surface, some of that light bounces off into our eyes, allowing us to see the surface, its shape, its color, its polygons. But some is absorbed, its energy converted into heat. All the energy that sustains our world comes from the sun. Daylight, moonlight, the gravity that formed and still guides our planet, the fuel for the plants and creatures around you, the light coming out of your screen into your eyes. Light warms. We know this. We feel it. Never more immediately than when it is gone. In an eclipse, when the moon wants the spotlight for a bit and blocks the light of the sun, it gets cold in that darkness. Even if it only blocks a little, the temperature change on the Earth is noticeable, up to 15 degrees centigrade. Light is energy. Energy is light. You produce light too. The heat you generate deep inside, radiating outwards in the infrared. You yourself are a light in the darkness.
That's a good metaphor. Like, it's also true. Like, yeah, body heat is infrared radiation. That is a form of light. Like, yeah, that's true. And the same thing as anything else. When you're not around, there's effects. There's effects when you're there, and there's effects when you aren't. For sure. Like, yeah, and everyone is valuable. Everyone has their own branch of light that they're showing off. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, so, like, okay, actually, Swooshy, I have a question about those signs. Like, where are they from? There's a bunch around here, too. Like, where are those signs from? I'm very confused about them, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's very strange. You ever think about what comes next? Oh, shit. I want to wander for a while. I'll go back to the convenience store. I want to talk some more, or I'll return to my life. Think about what comes out. I mean, yeah, I'll return to my life. Like, after we're done playing the game, I'm gonna return to my life. Is this not your life too? Does this time you spend with us, all these journeys, not affect you? Hey, come on. Hey. I mean, yeah, of course, but like this is a special state that I'm in right now. It's not my normal everyday thing. It is my I mean, I'm just gonna continue. I guess the word return was a little much. I should have said continue. That's a fair point. Also, the purple roses going on. Like, this person seems like a very intentional callback to the clerk for some reason, like with specifically with the tie. Like, it's a bow tie instead of like a long tie, and has a flower here. Yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. It's a corpo that buys houses in lower income areas. They increase property value and therefore increase rent, cause living. Yeah, okay, that's not great. But they're all handwritten on those from what I've. All the ones around here are like Sharpie on a piece of cardboard. This is like duct tape to street signs places. Yeah, no, that's totally fair, Swooshy. I agree. But I mean, after all this life on this world, when your neurons stop firing, your heart stops beating, I'll be there when your last breath's taken away in the dark when there's no one listening. We all experience it. People around us. We're gonna talk about the D word. We're gonna talk about the D word for a little bit. This spooky shit potentially ahead. People around us dying, loved ones lost to tragedy or time, millions around the world to plague, war, famine. Death comes for us eventually too, sometimes far too soon. Although, it's literally the one thing that you can never experience because you lose consciousness before you die in every time. So we will never know what death is like because we'll never get to experience it. You even love that D word. Close, Sage. Last time we were Jesus, Swooshy. Hell yeah, on a roll. Try to get 21 next time. Go for a high score. It's the capital B, capital Q, big question, isn't it? Is there life after death? Is there anything beyond this universe? I look up at the night sky and there is infinity beyond it. I ask her if there's anything beyond infinity. She shrugs. She doesn't know either. That's a great point. Like, yeah. There's only nothingness. There must be something after death. There's just what we leave behind. We simply become food for the worms. Both of these things, I think, are insidious. I don't think necessarily lies, but as framings, I find them incredibly, not just depressing, but very unhelpful as well. Just, if there is nothing, and there is just, you're just meat. Then what's the point of anything? Like, there isn't in my mind. And if there's no point to doing anything, why would you ever do anything? It's just a continuing on existence out of fear. And I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good at all. But there is I believe there is something. Like, there's what we leave behind. There's an impact that you make that ripples out for generations, for centuries, potentially. Even in the small things, like, if I truly believe that. So yeah, if there's what we leave behind. There's at least something. I'm gonna have a little sippy. Hello, Red, how are you? Welcome in, I hope you're doing okay. We're talking about spooky shit potentially, as a heads up. Sippy time, though. We all leave something behind. People who will miss us, things we have made, lives we have improved or changed. Maybe what we experience after death isn't important. Like an apple that rots away after an ice storm, leaving a perfect crystalline ghost behind. Leave an impression on the world long after we're gone. Exactly! Exactly! The tree told me their stories, the ghost apples. Each one had a life, had a destiny, made an impact. Beauty, sustenance, new life. The world changes because we were in it, even after we're gone. 1,000,000 flippin' %. No matter who you are, you're having an impact, and you don't have a choice in that. That is how it is. There's always something. Yeah, man, that's what this is. Welcome to it, bud. Welcome. Why is this broken? Is this a thing? This should be what it is, right? Yeah. Oh, it was turned off. That's why. I understand. Okay, because this should have that. No, not that. No, never mind. That shouldn't be there. Okay, whatever. This seems kind of broken. I need to fix. Anyway, we're playing some Glitchhikers. We're all on a journey called life, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit, just a little bit. I'm just gonna think about some things. Yeah. The world changed because we were in it, even after we're gone. Our lives are so brief in the grand scheme of things. We're inconsequential. Fuck you. Inconsequential is still consequence. We leave a legacy. That's true. Whether you like it or not, it is. What's the kind of impact you want to make in the world? Because it's going to be there long after you're dead, and you won't ever know what your impact is. We honor the dead, or it's a circle of life. We leave a legacy. I believe that. Art that inspires long after we've passed. Inventions or innovations that change the world for generations. The ways we've touched other people's lives. Or offspring of our own, who will go on to create their own lives, their own legacies. Our lives touch the lives of everyone we encounter. Every step we take on our path alters the paths of those around us, even in small ways, and often in big ones. Who do you love? Who loves you? How many people's lives would be completely different without you in them? I have no idea. All of my impacts are incredibly small, potentially even inconsequential, but I know that it's still occurring, and I take that very seriously. I try to be a positive impact in everything that I do in one way or another. So it's very important in my mind. You keep them going. I appreciate you, Red. It means a lot, man. It really does. I hope to see you in VRC soon. Whenever you're able to get up and running again. That's truly our legacy after death. How much love did we create in the world? How much wonder? How much beauty? How much kindness? Did you make the world a better place, even just for one person? Who will remain here when you go? Who do you leave behind? We'll tell your story. Yeah, like what everyone has a legacy. What is it? Not important. I just want to create kindness. My art will be my legacy. I'll create great change, or my family will survive me. I mean, I kind of feel both of these things. Like, I don't think I'm important. I'm not gonna make any big changes. I don't have any family that'll pass on. I don't have any of these things. Like, I do just kind of want to create kindness, but I don't know if that's enough. You know, I honestly don't know. I do hope that I make people happy in some ways, so we'll go with that one. I just want to create kindness. We'll go with that one. I appreciate you, Swooshy. It does count. It really does. A humble legacy, but perhaps the most important one. Bring some light to the world, leave it a bit of a better place than you found it. We need more of that, I think. I think so too. I really think so too. I asked the night sky what she believes. She sees stars form and die, new stars born in their wake. She doesn't know what to believe. She just sees infinity, death and new life, and death once more. No matter what you believe will happen when you die, what do you hope will happen? Ooh. Oh. Oh dear. That's a very good question. That's a good question. We only have five options? What do I hope will happen when I die? I don't know. I'm kind of like in the mind of like reincarnation in the thing, but also there's a lot of suffering in the world, so I don't know if I really do truly hope for that. I want to find some peace after tumultuous life. I want to retain some consciousness, awareness of the world. I do kind of want this. I want to know what impacts I've had. I want to know like what happens with the world. I do want to like see what happens with all the people I care about. I want there to be some reward for what we do or what we suffer. I mean, I guess, but that involves a sense of like that. I think that's asking kind of too much in a way. I grew up as in a very religious household. Still am to a certain respect. So this is kind of built in, but with that is also the idea of punishment, you know. And I don't know. I don't know about that one. I want there to be some kind of justice. I want to understand it all. Ooh. These three, I can only pick one. Hi, reindeer. Time to join a chill geese stream. I won't be anything too heavy. It is chill. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're vibing. Don't worry about it. We're just thinking thoughts. We're having a nice time. Being open and honest. Don't worry about it. And it's okay. If you like, hey, don't worry. Hey. We're all on this little journey called life, all right? If you want to journey on somewhere else, this isn't something that you wanna be hit with. That's totally okay. That's totally opposite trombone chat. This is more what I've been wanting to stream for a long time. I want to talk about stuff. I want to know like what people in chat like feel about things, and then maybe you guys want to know what I think about. I don't know, but this is much more my speed, if I'm being completely honest. What do I want? I think I want to retain consciousness. I'd like have some sense, like know what's happening. Be a consciousness, be a ghost. I want to be a ghost, baby. Consciousness alone, we can feel more powerless. Yeah, like these are 5 options, but also If we talk to this person again and have the same conversation, can pick something else. Because these are just like perspectives, right? Like that's just all the game is presenting. It's not presenting, this is the only option. This is the only one way of looking at something. It's all perspective, right? Like these are all just different things that people may want, but there's none that are like, oh, that's dumb or anything. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Exactly. Like all of life is just perception. We're just brains floating around in a big old meat bag that we're just perceiving the world. If that's taken away, like I can't comprehend what that would be like to no longer perceive things. So the one thing I would want is my known existence to continue in a similar way, I think. Hello, Scoots. Appreciate you, man. Welcome in. We're talking. We're chilling. Your perspective, life is complex, tiring, stressful. I do what I do in the hopes I can make and have peace. Yeah, that's totally understandable. I get that. One Piece 100 years from now. Exactly. Imagine all the anime you can watch when you no longer have to worry about feeding your dumb body. The justice option, very ominous. Ever death, I want everyone who crossed me to suffer. I mean, or all of your friends to finally get the things that, like, what would make them happy. Like, I think those are both different sides of justice. But I do get that. That's why I didn't pick that one. It can be a scary thought to imagine an end to your consciousness. Maybe we will retain it somehow. Maybe that's all we can hope for. That's more how I feel, yeah. That is more how I feel about stuff. I'm going to turn the subtitles back on also. Because I do want them for the podcast part. Hold on. Oh, I love how the cursor just goes back, like snaps back to the center of the screen. If I just hit escape, whoop, the cursor goes to the center of the screen. I love that. That's very good. But yeah, we're just chilling and vibing. These are all things that we got to deal with at one time or another. Who are you? What are you? I have no idea. The light of the moon. It is weak this night. I must gather my strength. I yearn for what fleeting light I can see before the end. All just mushrooms peeking out of the ground. What is happening here? There's only such small light left within me. This is a spooky boy. Are you okay? What are you? Yeah, what are you? Like, what the heck is going on? I'm an animal. We are fungi. We are not. Oh, we're talking to the mushrooms. I'll play the trombone for. Yo, did you see there's a VR mod for Trombone Champ that's coming out? Oh, that's good. That's exciting. That's on my list to do when I get VR again, whatever that is. We were one once, now plural. Organisms in harmony. No opposition. Soon we will be none, and then many. Parasite. Partners? Where does one end? We will all end soon enough. Will you carry us onwards? Oh, the mushroom people. This does sound very spooky. How can I help? Are you symbiotic? I don't want a parasite. Gross, gross, gross. Are you symbiotic? Yeah, yeah. So there's the mushrooms and whatever animal this is on. All nature relies on delicate balance, but we are just one small piece of that equilibrium. You speak now with the... Oh, it's a deer. Okay. I must remain balanced, conserve energy, search for the light. Why are you letting the fungus consume you? You're dying. You are dying. Why are you letting... Yeah, why are you letting it consume you? Oh, dude, did you see it in my stream on Friday? Oh my god, what a good time. What a good flipping game. I spent that night and the next day just having the trombone just playing nonstop in my brain. Just it was some truly insidious garbage. It was awesome. Oh, it's so funny. Trombone Champ is fantastic. Why the fungus consume me? It's too late for me. The fungus is the only thing that comes next. I simply wish to see the light once more. So he allows it because it's like it's going to die anyway. That's kind of fatalistic. It's too late to resist the end, but perhaps I can remain. There must be balance in nature, but not all can exist in balance. What lives in balance in one place spreads out of control in another. Kudzu taking over the southern forests. What is it? It spreads much lower than its very... What is kudzu? Hold on. Let me do a Google real quick. Kudzu. Wikipedia. Let us discover what that is. Kudzu, Japanese arrowroot is a group of climbing, coiling, okay, they're vines, or plants and trees. It smothers and kills them by blocking out sunlight. Where these plants are naturalized, they can be invasive and are considered noxious weeds. They're edible, but often sprayed with herbicides. Okay. The environmental and ecological damage results from its outcompeting other species for a resource. They compete with native flora for light, and acts to block their access to this vital resource by growing over them and shading them with its leaves. So where is it native to? I don't. It apparently this Wikipedia page at least is just treating it as invasive everywhere, I suppose. Yeah, it's bad. That's a bad flippin' plant. Yeah, that's total. Oh yeah, that's not good. That's not good, but okay. It's native to Japan. Okay, so that's the only place where it actually has competition. Interesting. Can we maintain a balance between ourselves and the forces around us? Oh, we must find balance in the ways that we can, or no, we can't. Oh. That's a good question. I think that's where the idea of natural competition comes from, and like natural balance. Like, as much as I hate libertarianism, the idea where mutual competition eventually finds equilibrium does kind of make sense. So I don't think that you can redefine the forces around us. I do kind of think that in a way. But also, like, I do kind of believe natural balance, but also that's proven to not be the case. But also, like, both sidesism is real bullshit, so, we can't find balance. We can't find balance. Do we hold no responsibility for ourselves? We try to maintain balance, control the forces around us and within us. Antlers, growth akin to cancer in the bones, but we maintain control, and so cancer itself loses its power over us. And we control. Can there ever be true balance? And this is the mushrooms. Ecosystems are in constant flux, ever-changing. Nature does not have stasis. Yeah, that's the thing. Constant change is the only constant. Yeah. Everything dies, decays, new life emerges. We change. The world changes. Darkness approaches. Oh, this is spooky. I don't like it. We must accept that that's part of the journey. We must embrace change and growth. Very much so. We must resist bad change. I guess, but you also can't see the future, right? Like, how do you know bad, like, change is inherently bad? We have to live as best we can, we have to adapt to our circumstances. I think we must embrace change and growth. I think that's the case. It is very difficult for me to embrace change inherently. I kind of want things to stay the same. But I also know that that's not feasible, so it's a tricky middle ground, right? Stretch upward. Seek the light. Wait for darkness. Accept change. Alright, bud. I'm just gonna keep on. I don't like you very much at all, you spooky little bastard. I don't like mushrooms. Mushrooms suck. Large fan of the Pangea theory. Think about how long this tectonic plates are protruding from the ocean have not been touching each other. It was enough time for the invasive species that used to be on the same continent to evolve in isolation, in ways that when reintroduced would take an equal amount of time to evolve and adaptate to each other. Interesting. Yeah, like there's just been so much time separate that even though it'd be reintroduced back to where it naturally was, like millions of years ago, it would still take time to like reacclimatize in a way. That's interesting. I hate those mushrooms, at the very least. Spooky little boys. Gross little grodies. What's this thing? It's human to want order among chaos. Humans are constantly simplifying the memories and perception, thus creating order where there might not meant to be any. Yeah, like perceiving patterns in randomness type of thing. It's just a natural thing that we do. Oh wait, the mushrooms following me? Hold on. The mushrooms are following me. I don't like that at all. Pardon? That is some stuff. Planets, there's like a package. What looks like a Thanksgiving basket thing. Okay, alright, okay. I do not understand. The nature would balance itself as it unbalances itself with an equal quantity of time. The longer time it takes to come back. Come back and turn like things come back to exactly the same thing. Yeah, like constant change. Exactly. There's like things won't go back to the way they were. It's just kind of impossible. Friend. The mushrooms are following. I don't like that. That's it's left an impact on me. Oh, it's our TV friend. It's our TV friend. Hello, friend. Isn't nature beautiful? I would rather be inside if I'm being honest. I do like being inside. This is a strange walk. Yeah, you know what? Aren't all walks a little strange? No equal balance, but an equal balance in the quantity of differences. I like that. That's, you know what? I like that. That's actually, yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I don't like bugs. Bugs are everywhere. Oh, are we outside right now? I can never tell. I'm watching one of those Earth documentaries. The cinematography is incredible, you know. Surrounded by nature right now. They're a great way to learn about our world. Surrounded by nature right now. Yeah, oh, it's the technology guy who's constantly plugged in. He's watching a documentary, so he doesn't even notice he's surrounded by nature. Yeah, but is it high def? 4K? Not that it matters on this screen. How's the cinematography, though? The ambience out here certainly does add to the immersion. There's a type of anglerfish called a red handfish. I guess it technically can swim, but, like, it doesn't. No swim bladder, either. It just sits on the ocean floor and walks around on these hand-like fins. I don't think about it much, but fish fly. I mean, most fish. They fly through the water like birds in the air, and these little guys are stuck on the ground. What's your point? Yeah, you from going from is this nature? Is it high def? To there's a little fish that walks around, and other fish like fly. But I guess it's all like your reference point. I mean, I guess we are too, eh? Surrounded by birds and bugs and bats and things, and we're so chained to this 2D perspective, the realities of our bodies and culture. Oh, 2D, like walking on the ground. We're unable to fly. We don't have 3D movement. Our perspective is perpetually locked in 2 dimensions. Okay. They're hugely endangered too, the handfish. Only like 100 adults in the world. No wonder, even the babies sink to the ground. I like the required intelligence to continue making. Don't say that. You know, intelligence is bullshit. It's all overrated. Making unprompted intelligent comments for this game really spurs some deep neural behaviors to really lose this in your mind. My not smart way of phrasing that was not supposed to. It's all good, but yeah, that's what I mean. This game seems more as a way to like prod some levels of introspection. And there was a note from the developers that disappeared way too quickly for me to actually read at the very beginning. But I did see the words introspection like in the first line, and like yeah, it's just to prompt thoughts about things, and that's it. It's not meant to guide you to a certain way. I think this game does have a perspective on the topics it brings up. Like there are inherent beliefs that it has about some of the themes that it's talking about, but it's I think I'm way too smart for your own good. Yeah, I understand what you mean. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think just the more information we get, the more we realize we just don't know things. Refuse to introspect. Oh, don't worry, reindeer. You're fine. You're safe. One definition of intelligence divided it into 12 categories. Book smart to muscular smart to street smart. I mean, I guess. I haven't seen that myself, but I can see that perspective. There's different ways of learning and different ways of showing that. So yeah. Really, really not smart ideas. At least you recognize it, and you're open to learning new things. It's interesting to have the guy mention all movement is 2D. If you become a pilot, it was very clear about terrestrial movement is 2D. Yep. It is interesting. It's like, it's one thing you don't really think about until someone actually like tells you. It's like, oh yeah, that's a fair point. And then that can kind of infer other things, like why skyscrapers are so uncommon, because we're not used to thinking vertically about things. We're very much a horizontal thinking. That's why we, like, at least in the city I live in, everything is so flat. Like, there's not many skyscrapers, nothing zoned for it. We spread out rather than up, just a 2D perspective. Some conservationists are trying to raise some in captivity to introduce new populations and new genetic material. Sounds like a worthy goal. Create a little piece of hope. It sounds like these are the same, or too little, too late. I mean, these are both the same. A worthy goal. There's so much control we can impose on the natural world, yet so many aspects of it we can't control. Imagine being behind glass like that all your life, just staring out at a world you can't interact with. And then suddenly you're lifted out and put into that wide open world. Would you rejoice in your freedom, or be stunned by the change? Ooh, do you think that much isolation would change how a young mind develops? I wonder what isolation does to someone. Oh, we have no experience about that, do we? Oh what a challenging question this is. Gonna use information inside your head that it bury. This information's only useless until you find a use, bud. Don't even worry about it. Lots of those details allow me to form opinions and theory about existence and nature balances, and also pose facts without remembering that I know them. Yeah. No, totally. Like, everything that you learn affects you one way or another. Like, personality-wise, or your opinions, or theories about things. No information is truly useless. You just may not recognize what is useful about it, or what it affects, in my opinion. And the spider's bedroom. I'm shocked. Shocked. Sky J, shocked J over here. How much isolation would change how a young man develops? We all have to adapt. What's the alternative? Isolation definitely changes. 1,000,000% it does. And yet, it is commonly employed as a form of punishment, and as a life-saving measure, too. It leaves an impact either way. Yeah, true. So much of our life is from behind glass, looking out windows, looking at screens. Oh, hey, commercial's over. Bring on the snow leopards. You come back next commercial break? Okay. Alright, bud. Interesting. Plants on our continent are isolated from ones on other continents. It causes some plants or animals to forget predator behaviors, or in other cases become a strong predator. Yeah, like that's what invasive species are, yeah. Like, Pangea, I guess is a thing. Like, that long ago, all the plantation was completely different anyway. I don't know if you can even really consider them the same things. Right? Or is that not, like, how that works? Oh, his hand's in the shape of a bird. Very cool. Where am I? You're here. You know, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's see what's over here. Let me get the pump shoddy in this video game. Soon. Soon. We just haven't unlocked that ability yet. I think we'll find one more person, maybe? Or just kind of see what's around. And then we'll go on another journey, I think. Big old crystal cave. It's kind of a jammer. It's a comparable thing to know people in isolation. Because we're all made of specific carbon. We behave differently from other humans. Similar experience in the exact same situations. I'm not quite exactly following. I think I know what you mean. We're being separated from other, like being separated, kind of forget behaviors until brought back together. So isolation will change how you behave. Yeah, and then also like from other people. But we're still the same organism, so we will have, in general, similar reactions, but, you know, different experiences being separate from other potential behaviors would... Yeah, I think I'm not 100% following where you're going with that. If humans are isolated, we act the same as an animal or plant in isolation. Yeah, I guess, I suppose. I'm thinking more like emotional isolation, like away from people. Like, yeah, inherently it would be different.
Bends to the might of entropy.
Entropy. Good
Everything.
podcast.
Our sun is certainly no exception.
Humans are animals.
Even black holes fade.
I potentially, yeah. Within human behaviorisms, but the similar things. Oh, we can't hear because we're underwater. That's hilarious.
bird call as it reverberates through the landscape. Everything
Hold on.
bends
We're
to the might of
listening to this
entropy.
real quick. Decoy!
Everything.
Decoy!
Our sun is
How are you, Decoy? It's been so long, dude. How you doing? Hold on.
Hi, my name is. What? My name is.
Who's that?
My name is. What?
What?
My name is.
I had no idea that had an NITG chart. That's hilarious. I love that. That's awesome. How you doing, man? I hope you're doing very, very well. It's been a little while. What brings you in? I hope you're doing you're well, you're healthy, you're happy, you're vibing.
Radiation.
Well, welcome in. We're
You
talking
can
about
find
life and
plenty
everything.
of entropy all around you, too.
We're thinking some thoughts. How
From the
are you, man?
fading echo of a bird call as it reverberates through the landscape. Organized sound waves becoming weaker, filtered, and scrambled by the space they
I'm
move
listening to
through.
a podcast right now, buddy.
Or the flow of water during the spring melt. From ordered snowpack to mountain stream to rushing river. And finally,
Oh,
to
I see what you
ocean,
mean. I see what you
where
mean,
it
Guzzler.
joins and mixes
Take away all the
with
extra
all the
nutrients from the
water
plants and
that
all the
ever
other
has been
influence. I
and
see
ever
what you
will
mean,
be
like the actual
on this
core
blue
idea of
planet.
isolation. Okay, yeah. I see what you mean by that.
Is the
Become a goose.
penultimate journey
I
for
did
all
it. The
things,
goose life chose me.
from organized structures to diffused uniformity. It dims and disintegrates all over time. Mountains crumble. Stars go supernova. Materials get scattered and become the seeds of new order, born on the winds of chaos. But with each cycle, some things are lost.
Right. Yeah. Entropy. The universal law.
It starts with the seed of the Big Bang. Perfect order, highest energy. Matter spreads throughout the universe as entropy takes hold on its way to uniform emptiness. A final, hollow triumph for order. But between those moments is chaos, complexity, life. And you, too. Still alive and still observing the exchanges of energy across the universe.
Huh. I mean, yeah, entropy is inevitable. Interesting. But that's not all there is to it. So yeah. I'm glad you're getting through it, Decoy. I'm very happy to hear it, dude. Because that's one of the goose. So I like it's really just a play on my name. Like honestly, truly. Can I not go any farther? This is it? There's nothing down here? Oh my goodness. So rude, so mean. Yeah, like it's all good. It's okay. There's not much to it. There's no real reason to it. I'm a bad furry. I'm a bad furry. I just kind of go with whatever. This is pretty good. The soundtrack is so fucking good. Oh my god. What a weird park. Am I right? Like, okay, for real, I think I would very much recommend all y'all kind of play this game. It's really interesting, if for nothing else than just to bring up and think about like some ideas about things. And it seems like all the conversations can go a lot of different ways, like it can reveal a lot of different stuff about a topic, or at least branch off into different ways of thinking about something. So, for the pop emote, you got it. Bop your head to music and gay, do like playing Halo. It's good. It's fun to do. The song's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, like, it's all just expression, right? It's all arbitrary in one way or another. There's lots of different ways, well, from talking to people, at least, there's lots of different ways to kind of express that aspect, right? Of how you want to show yourself, or a shorthand to provide some form of information about yourself in that way. Honestly, the whole geese thing really does not mean anything, which is fascinating, which is really interesting when talking to other people. Because, like, it's not meant to be interpreted in any way. It's literally a kind of more of a pun than anything. Everybody else wants to know why he's a goose and wants to know why he's so breathy. Exactly. Whoa, I see lights. Yeah, it's a really interesting thing when people do have, like, reason for it, well thought out, like, plans for it. I don't know. It's cool. I think that's a really, really cool thing. And talking to people online, especially through Twitch, it's really like made some cool stuff. Is that a snake? What is this dude? Got another PNG YouTuber. Awesome, swooshy. That'll be cool. Human, you bask in the presence of a mighty dragon. Who are you and what brings you to my domain? We have not met before. I'm a traveler, I'm a seeker, I'm a player, or does it matter? Ooh, which one am I? I mean, I think it does kind of matter, because that will set us up for, what's gonna come next? Like, give him an idea about who we are. I'm gonna say I'm a player. VTube, tried a bit, felt like nothing for an image, suits who I am, but a video feed of me is... So it's no camera, full cam. VTube models are so cool. Like, yeah, it's fun. Like, so I'm using this boy, right? Like, I'm using this boy right now. Also, like, does this... Where's the chat box? Hold on. Do not shut down source when not visible. There we go. That should actually be stayed. Hold on. Let me check a thing. There we go. Okay, the chat box does work. I had the wrong thing. Okay, we're good. I use this guy basically when I just don't want to look presentable in one way, shape, or form, honestly, or when I don't think that, like, my visible reaction matters in any way, shape, or form. This game is all about the writing, all about the ideas it's presenting itself. My own presence isn't really necessary for this, so I'm just being this dude right now. Also, there's some things I want to test out with it, and I think it's working. Maybe. No, not really. It's still, glasses really mess with it. But yeah, like, it's kind of arbitrary. Sometimes I'm the full webcam, sometimes I'm not, and you know, it doesn't. It's kind of arbitrary. Like I said, it's just fun. It's just a fun thing. That's all. Well, the dog model is so silly. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it a lot. It's thoughts and describe feelings, not a face to react to them. Dog is pretty bouncy. Yeah, he's pretty bouncy. Not as much as I would like. I would like it to be even better, like track it better, but it's good enough for now. Happy being a PNG tuber. Feel like Live 2D and VTuber Plus a bit overkill. Yeah, it just depends on what you want, how you want to express yourself. That's all. Side wobblies. It's a good time. Anyway, yes, I think I said I'm a player. I've heard the myths humans have told. For every one of you who comes from a culture that sees us as a boon, there's another who sees dragons as monstrous. I've come too far only to be slain by some adventurer looking for loot. What I can tell, this is a non-violent world, but do not make any aggressive moves. I do not wish you to disrupt an otherwise auspicious occasion. I agree. Look at it, Durgan. Look at his little Durgan. He doesn't no fighting. No fight. I have just decided I will make this place my den. Yes, a digital cave for a digital dragon. I'm sure even if you wanted a redone skeleton, well, then might be interested in doing it for you. That's not really possible. Also, 0% chance I can afford it. Zero. Absolutely zero. This is all... It is incredibly difficult to change these things from base. Because you have to deal with how someone else is set up, and sometimes it's just not really possible. Also, yeah, it is so much work. I can't afford any commissions at all, unfortunately. I mostly want to have a different texture. The texture is what's killing me, but I don't know what I want, so I can't, like, ask people for help. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's something I'm figuring out over time. This whole park is a wonder, really. Very suitable for a mighty dragon. It was constructed, of course, designed with intentionality and evoking many things. What forces shaped this landscape? What lies buried beneath the park's surface, do you think? Geofoam, waterproof membranes, other landscape materials, dirt and rocks, eons old creatures, or a sea of ones and zeros arranged in code. It's literally this. It's literally this. So of course I'm gonna pick this one. You want different texture? Yeah. So like the flat shading I don't really like. I want a texture to it, so it's easier to see like smaller movements, especially on like the chest fluff little area. And also it's kind of boring and kind of plain, but I really like the monochrome look to it. So I don't know exactly what I want. And I want like to add like a little bit of personality, but I don't know what that would be. Yeah, I know I want something different and something changed and something literally better, but I don't know exactly how. So watch the build. Also, like, who's this Dex person? Also, I'm not even sure who you're talking about. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a lovely time. Okay, cool. See, ones and zeros arranged in code. The binary building blocks of engines and scripts. Systems to direct and arrange polygons, shaders, lights, and cameras. Oh, Cyclist Dex. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I remember meeting them. They were pretty cool. I've been long to get mine down, so it comes when it comes. Yeah, exactly. There's someone who I'm going to be talking to for help. And maybe they'll have ideas. I really just need someone else to have ideas, and then I can say whether or not I like something and why. That's more it. I just don't have any ideas myself, so. But yeah, a darn Ashik. Hello, darn. Hello, Senior 19. How are you doing? With computers and computer-aided modeling and design, the way your species has regarded the natural world has changed hugely. Nature was a force to be controlled and respected until computational science offered the chance, or so it seemed, to simulate and therefore understand it. Experiments were done to quantify and track every piece of energy, every biological piece of an entire ecosystem, all to prove a notion everyone had already become convinced of. Nature is defined by balance and seeks equilibrium. Armory 3. I have not heard of Armory 3. Maybe we should look into that. Of course, the notion of the balanced ecosystem is a false one, isn't it? Nature is defined by entropy and chaos, and it is life's endless struggle to seek some temporary equilibrium despite that. They make other parts do the difference better. Yeah, like, the model itself, not going to change. I like the model. It's literally just texture. It can help basic texture stuff, that's a level of creativity. But yeah. Yep, it's the creativity part. Once I know what I want, they can go from there. Appreciate it, Swooshy. Yeah, so balance. So the mushrooms that are following us around, that person was all about, like, balance in nature, right? Finding equilibrium. Well, this person, this dragon is straight up that the notion is false. Nature is defined by entropy and chaos, which is inherently a negative trend. Like, we are losing out over time. Life's endless struggle to seek some temporary equilibrium. Like, all equilibrium is eventually disrupted. We have to keep everything in balance. I disagree. Nature has its own wisdom. How do you know? Yeah, how do you know? Yeah, how do you know? How does anyone know anything? I don't know anything. How does this dude think he knows anything? The natural sciences of your world were once built on this notion of balance, and humans performed many experiments with the aim of proving such preconceptions. They inevitably failed. There may be some equilibrium found among cycles of animal populations, but that is in spite of nature's entropic path. The dragons thought themselves masters of these forces, virtually synonymous with them, but we were woefully mistaken. These forces cannot be controlled, only observed and reacted to with deference and humility. We change the world to try to survive. We need to understand nature. We would be better than the dragons. Nature's powerful. These forces cannot. So yeah. So they in this perspective, the dragons. Oh, armor paint. Okay, cool. Thank you. The dragons saw entropy, and these forces cannot be controlled, only observed. Whereas humans are trying to control it. So we can be better I don't think that's going to get a good reaction. Be like, Lamau, better than Dragon, get wrecked. Thanks, Wushi, appreciate it. We need to understand. I mean, yeah, we do need to, of all of these, nature's powerful, which is basically a nothing statement. I think we do need to understand. Like, understanding comes before anything else, essentially. Jawless, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. How's your weekend treating you? We're having an introspective time. We're learning. We're not really learning. We're thinking some thoughts about a lot of things. So, I'm glad you're doing pretty good. Glad you're doing pretty good. That's good to hear. Yes, more understanding is required, but I hope you are not seeking understanding as a means to control. Ooh, kind of a call out, because that is what I was thinking. Like, you need to understand something before you can work to control or change it, and that is more what I was thinking was important. So that is kind of a call out. That was the logic of the dragons, and it led to ruin. Understanding for understanding's sake is, at least according to this perspective, is much more valuable. We're in the era of the Anthropocene, and the greatest thing affecting the workings of the planet are the actions of humans. Yeah, I mean, climate change, just check that out. That is a great responsibility. I've seen it before, you know. The dragons were once lost to... Oh, slurping time, I'm going to take a little sip. The dragons were once lost to time and space, but thanks to my cunning, I was able to escape their extinction. Oh, okay, so the dragons... This dragon is meant to... I think is meant to represent, like, humanity as a whole, and the idea of, like, a past where everything went bad. So, okay, I think that's what that is. Slurp time. Thank you, Swooshy. Appreciate it. I think everything has an ebb and flow up and down, and the optimal balance that we see as what we need isn't attainable, and that is the middle ground of both a downward phase, one type of thing, or an upward move to something similar. When it becomes summer, except with animals and levels of hierarchy in a predatory system of nature, including plants such as Again, I think I'm kind of grasping what you're getting for. Like, the equilibrium is more a balance of difference, where you have a negative but also a positive, so there is one on each side. It's a little tough. It's a little tough for me to get that from that. But I think that's what you're going for, and I think I see what you're saying. Similar way that winter becomes summer. Yeah, like a negative on one and a positive on the other type of... I think I know what you mean, but I think there's also a lot of stuff that's being left unsaid in there. But, yeah, an ebb and flow to everything. I also agree. Like, in my mind, it's more like a pendulum of history type of thing. It swings one way really far, and then it swings the other really far. That's how I kind of envision this type of stuff. It's more a movement of change to one extreme or the other, and as it swings back, you kind of find that middle ground, but it's just going to keep going away from the direction it used to be. It comes for this world too, thanks to the action of humans who did not consider or did not care for the future. The question is, will you survive as I did? We're doomed! That is 1,000,000% how I feel about things, which is a very negative way of thinking, but the way things are going, I literally cannot see any positive changes happening. None at all. Like, that is my honest feeling about things. You are not. Well, fair enough, I guess. A lot of players eating all the deer, then we're low on deer, and then we'll start to... Yeah, the middle ground is equal for both without an enforced limit to the eating. There'll always be a... Yeah, that's what I... Like a swing back and forth. Yeah, exactly. I agree. There is time yet to prevent the worst. The next 10 years of your existence, they can decide everything. It is not too late to act. Do not withdraw into your own bubbles, cozying up to your hoard of trinkets and hoping they will insulate you from disaster. They will not. This flawed thinking marked the end for the dragons, and assure you that our trinkets were much more impressive. Use your digital oases for respite, but return always to the fight, to the present. Be part of the chain of knowledge. Observe, seek to understand, and do not hoard your hatred or prejudices. Even in the face of cataclysm, there is survival, there is hope, there is empathy, there's love. These are treasures worth coveting. You know what, dude? That's fair. That's fair, bud.
Beyond the edges of the atmosphere,
I also
lies
agree.
the incredible vastness of space. But that vastness is far from empty. From the beginning of time, countless neutrinos have been moving through the cosmos at nearly the speed of light. And new ones are born all the time, in the hearts of stars and nuclear reactors. Our universe is full of neutrinos. But neutrinos are nearly impossible to measure. Despite the fact that there are so many of them, they rarely interact with anything in the universe. Neutrinos stream through matter as easily as they move through the vacuum of space.
Yeah, go fat. We gotta fight
About
the power,
100 billion
Lamau. Exactly.
neutrinos are passing through every square centimeter of your body right now. But you won't feel a thing, and not a single neutrino will make contact with any of your 7 billion atoms. These numbers don't really make sense to us, though. 100 billion neutrinos, atoms numbering 7 followed by 27 zeros. They can't properly communicate the sheer scale. There are plenty of mental exercises to capture the scale of a billion, but my favorite is the simple truth that it would take 100 years to merely count to a billion, and that's assuming that you can reliably say numbers like 423,786,305 within a few seconds. But those numbers are inside you. They make you. You contain unknowable complexities. Thanks for listening to Some Awe.
That is
This program was made
a lot.
possible by grant funding
That's a
for the
lot.
arts.
Yeah, that's
and
something
through
I
the
do need to
support of
find
listeners
of
like
occasionally.
you. Think back to that invisible light from the Big Bang, redshifted far beyond red. The cosmic background
I wish I
radiation,
understood more about the Big Bang.
Ancient
Went to a
photons,
Christian school, so I didn't learn
electromagnetic
any of
refugees,
that shit.
fleeing
But I
from
would,
the
I
moments
really,
when the very
I don't
first
understand
atoms
it
came
at
to
all.
be.
I need to do some research.
When the universe had cooled and spread enough for there to be disparity. Where there had been oneness, now there was matter and void. Now there was separation. Now there was light, and there was darkness.
Yeah, that really is kind of like stuff about universe and existence. That really was kind of a lot.
I think I've heard this one already. One goes left, the other right.
The soundtrack is so flipping good. Oh my god. Well, but how the idea where there was objectively no matter, and then there just becoming a universe full of it through some form of energy of some sort. I don't understand it. But there was nothing. How can there be something when there is nothing? Did it come from like another universe or something? Is it the power of a consciousness? I don't understand. I keep hearing people talk about it in like vague metaphorical terms, but no like magnets. Oh yeah, that checks out. There's everything that came from that. Yeah, exactly. Which is an inherent contradiction. Like, pardon? Is it an infinite cycle? Because entropy will occur. Everything is expanding out to the point that we're either all eventually going to be pulled back in to a singularity, or it's just all just going to spread out and just become like a loss of energy over time. Like, which one is it? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I can't comprehend. These are like, oh, this is the way it is. Like, no, I refuse to accept that, because that doesn't make sense. Either make it make sense in some way, or what I've been hearing is in some way like not sufficient. I feel like there were things that those things explode, making just more things. But then where did those things come from? Dark energy doesn't act like cosmic. I don't know what that means. That's really interesting. I like the idea of cosmic gluten. That reminds me of one of the oldest websites still online, Exit Monday. Why does that sound so familiar? We're still not really sure what dark matter or dark energy is supposed to be. Yeah, like that too. But is that a Big Bang thing? I don't know. I just wish I knew more about things. Oh, This game's kind of a lot. There's kind of a lot here. I'm getting a little bit of the sniffles thinking about some stuff. But I'm good. I'm okay. I want to do one more. I think I want to do one more. Yeah, I want to do one more. Hello again. I'm aware that some of the conversations you may have in your journeys can be tough or bring up things that you may struggle with personally. I don't ever want to pry or judge. Please let me know if I'm overstepping my bounds, and I won't bring this up again. But do you need help outside of this game and this space? Why are you asking? Because I care about you. I want you to be happy and healthy and strong, and you recently encountered someone who brought up something that many people may struggle with. So do you need help outside of this game and this space? And you know what? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say yes. Yes, I need help. Okay, that's a really important and brave thing to say. I don't feel like I do, but I really do want to see how this game handles that. Like what it's gonna do. Collection of End of the World Universe scenarios from like 1994. Interesting. I've never heard of that. That's really cool. It's important to ask for help when we need it, and I care for you and want to help you get it. But there are kind humans who listen and who have the skills to help you. It's obvious by now that there is power in simply talking things out with someone. 1,000,000%, my friend. If they talk about shit in general, have a dedicated space to actually like talk about things with someone. I don't even mean a therapist, even just like a friend or someone, or like a Discord group or a Twitter account, just anything to just try to talk about things, like literally anything. It's completely open and honest communication. It is the most important and valuable thing that you can ever do, in my opinion. I presume it's still... Thanks, Guzman. Appreciate it. Please visit takethis.org/resources. Heck yeah. You know what? Yeah, takethis.org/resources. If they want you to check it out, go check it out. Yeah, and there could be, yeah. We'll see if that actually like does link to it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Go there. If you're having like tough times in general, or if you want to save this, go check them out. I have not heard of this website before today. So yeah, if there's like some stuff that you're like not doing okay with, hey, maybe give them a look. You're trauma dumping, you're prepared to do that. Trauma dumping is very different. That is a very different thing. Trauma dumping, in my opinion, is kind of never okay. It is good to get help when you need it and talking to people about things, but you do need to make sure that the other person is equipped to handle it in a way. Because that's why it's called dumping. Like, you're just boosh, and then nothing changes, and the other person is just now has all this extra emotional labor. Like, you need to talk about it and discuss it. Dumping is... yeah, that's why it's called dumping. But for sure, like, you need to find a space to talk about that stuff. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah, we're all a bunch of bags of water. Might not be okay with handling hearing your stuff all day. Yeah. Like totally. It's important to be able to work through this kind of stuff in one way, shape, or form. But volunteer for such a then it's not dumping. That's not dumping, Scoots, by definition. Like that is not dumping. Like yeah, like that is the difference. Dumping creates a huge. That's the thing. Like there are kind of two different things. If you're talking about and dealing with it, it cannot be dumping. It is impossible for it to be. I use the term is correct. It's all semantics. Like don't. Hey, trauma's tough. I get it. We've all have traumas in different ways. You really do need to talk about it with someone. Not just anyone. You gotta be someone you care about, that you trust, that trusts you, and you can actually like really, really talk to. And then, yeah, having some time and some space and it's like, hey, I want to talk about some heavy stuff. Can you handle it? And then go from there. And that's incredibly important to do. You're right. I don't want to talk about dumps enough at the end. Big dumpo. No, the word dump is such it's a funny word. I like the word. Go and take a big dump. You can say it in so many funny ways. I love it. Anyway. This is a line that I think we'd all need to pay attention to. You are worth helping, and it can get better. You've already taken a huge step just by talking about this with me. Exactly. You're worth helping, and it can get better. That is 100% true. The next steps are up to you, and they can start very, very small. If you know someone who feels safe to talk to, start there. Just letting another person know is a huge step. 1,000,000%, bud. That's what I've been saying. Hell yeah. Where's the Djibouti dub? In the meantime, we're gonna do our best together. I have some general self-care advice that might help you feel better. Does it sound good? Yo! Yeah, gimme. This is all probably gonna be very basic things, but I mean, hey, you know what? Since we're talk about some like kind of deep stuff or hitting some stuff, hey, why not? Let's get some self-care. Hey, self-care. It's poggers. So let's get some poggers. Even if it's not trauma dump, you need to talk about the clarity of the discussion needs to be had. Leads to better, more productive conversation. Yeah. If a bad convo on probably someone getting upset situation. Yeah, it's more about like safety and knowing relationship boundaries between people, because you do have to set boundaries for sure. And in the same way, like if someone is coming to you with stuff that you can't handle, you also need to make sure that you let them know, but also help them find help as well. You can't just like leave them on their own either. Yeah. Self-care. It's poggers. Like, yeah, totally. That's Clark. Give us self-care advice so I continue to ignore what's best for me. Reindeer, no. Reindeer, no. No. Come on, man. I care about you. You can talk. Hey, you want to talk about stuff? Do you want to talk about... Hey, I'm around. You're in my Discord. I'm around. You can talk to me. It's all good. It's not magic, and it's not complicated. Just a checklist to make sure your needs are being met as well as can be in the present circumstances. Okay, when everything feels hard, when you feel far away from your ideal self, even deciding your very next step can seem impossible. Oh, preach. If you're stuck, don't worry. We're going to follow a little checklist I have to make sure your needs are getting met. Okay, all right, let's do it. This process is designed to take as much of the weight off of you as possible. Each step requires little energy or judgment. Okay, clerk this. Self-care is important. You deserve to devote some time to it. Ready to begin? Hell yeah. Self-care time. So, okay, all right. We're all going to do this together. We're going to be open and honest. All right? You don't have to do anything in chat or anything like that, but we're going to pay attention to this. We're going to see if this has value. My therapy recently, not once, he asked, and how does that make you feel? Sorry to think your degrees are fake. Oh, yeah, I feel you. Stop being such a human version, not a human. So I do think this is supposed to be like the developer's point of view. This isn't really a character, so. Excellent, first question. Are you hungry? Have you had anything to eat in the last 4 or 5 hours? I do need to eat. I am kind of hungry. Yeah, I need to eat. Are you hungry? Please do that. So right now, an entire meal is too large a task to take on. Just grab a snack. I'll wait here. Okay, well, I'm gonna have food after, so I'm just gonna say I got food. Next question. Do you have a glass of water? Okay, so your basic health needs. We're going to go up the Maslow's hierarchy. All right, so we got food, glass of water. I just drank I got my water bottle right here, bud. We're good. Okay, all y'all, do you have food? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Go do that. If you want, hey, you know what? I can wait a second. If y'all need some food. Go get some water. Guzzler, go get some water. Go guzzle. Guzzler, go guzzle. Guzzler be guzzling. Go get out of here. I'll be here. Do that. Swooshy, go get some food. What do you do? Go get a snack. Need the slurp to guzzle some water. Okay. That's a fair point. Get some water in you. Get a little snacky snack. You want me to wait a minute? I can wait a minute. Well, I can do that. That's fine. Okay, you got a slurp. Go get it. I'm gonna take a slurp. Guzzler, go get some water. Like I said, I will wait here. I don't have a problem with that. I took another sip just for you. Swooshy, do you have some food? Do you have a snack? Answer me honestly. We're doing this. We're heckin' doing this. I was 100% serious. Do you have snack? Are you able to get snack? We're not moving until I get an answer out of you, bud. Actually, about to fix them wrong. Okay, I will accept that. It's within your near future. Okay. Regardless of how hydrated you are, I suggest you take a moment to get some water nearby so you can stay hydrated. You may need the water for the next steps, too. Okay, I got drink. We're good. We're gonna wait to get close to dry. Okay, all right, Guzman, go deal with that. That's also important. I have something to drink now. On to the next question. Now I have something to keep you hydrated. Tell me, have you taken all the medication that you need to take today? I mean, I don't have any medication, but okay, everybody. If you got any sort of stuff you got to do, have you done it? If so, excellent. We're gonna move on. If you haven't, you need to take care of that, or like be aware of when you need to. That's important. We got food, we got water, staying hydrated, and now it's medication, dealing with our other health needs. It's expanding out its scope from the base to the more esoteric. Okay. How it heck straight due to vaccine later this week. I don't know what that is, but okay, that's good. I also should actually get my booster for sure. Hello, Sulfurish. How are you? This is... Yup. That's what we're doing. Welcome. Welcome to... Hey, welcome to self-care time. It's Poggers. Hey, Mayday, how you doing? Have you... yeah, we're doing this. Have you taken all the medication you take today? I don't have any medication. All right. I'm gonna suppress him. Oh, gotcha. Right, I keep forgetting. Sage. I'm very sorry. That is some information I really do need to keep in my head. I hope you're doing okay, by the way. Don't take any medication. All right, moving right along. Are you in physical pain? I'm not. Are you in physical? I'm not in physical. For his sake, I'm gonna say a little and see what he says, because maybe someone out there is in a bit. So I'm gonna say yes a little. I'm good. I'm just gonna say yes a little. I'm sorry to hear that you are in pain. I cannot give medical advice, but if you can, consider taking something over the counter to ease the pain. And try supplementing the negative sensations with something more positive, perhaps a bath or shower, hot or cold pad, nice smells, or pleasurable textures. Even though your body is hurting, be kind to it, and try to thank it for letting you live and experience this life to this very moment. Thank you, body. Let's just keep going. You can have a little physical pain as a treat. Just a little bit. Just a little poke, a little prod. You know, it's all worthwhile. It's all good. You can have a band-aid, or you can... No, it's both! No, reindeer. No. It's both! Why you gotta be reductive about this? You gotta do both. Have your Earl Grey, you get a little band-aid, you go get your boyfriend, give a little, make it all better, a little mwah, and then he's like, oh, it's all good. But you gotta blow on it. You got a little paper. Oh, ow. And then it feels so much better. That's what you gotta do, all of the above. What are you doing? What all this ore business? Get that negativity out of here. If you haven't had a lot of sleep recently, or if the last sleep you had was low quality, you may benefit from taking a nap or trying to go to bed. Nightmares, unfamiliar... I've had a few nightmares over a little while. It's not fun. Unfamiliar environments, worries, and the use of mind-altering substances, including alcohol, shortly before bedtime can also negatively impact sleep. Very true. How's everyone's sleep doing? I appreciate you too, Swooshy. I'm single on the emotional pain to replace physical pain. Well, did you get... Hey, isn't there, get Wolf. Get Wolfie. Wolf the Third to go do it. I'm sure you'd love to. I'm sure it'd be absolutely ecstatic to do so. Or Caboose. Don't you guys live near each other? I would... Look, if I had Caboose around, I would ask him to come over to blow him a Band-Aid, just to make it feel better. I would do that. I feel comfortable doing that. It's just, you know, it's good. It's good. How many hours have you slept in the last 24? Most people need between 8 and 9 hours of quality sleep. I could use a nap, that's for sure, bud. Sounds like a good plan. I can either wait here for you, or we can continue with the list when you had a short nap. Or we can part ways for now, and you can see how you're feeling after you get some good rest. I'm napped and ready. I am napped and ready. No, reindeer, no. We're kind of in the same. We're 100% in the same boat. I'm sorry to hear it, man. I'm around to talk if you need to. Hello, Philip. It's self-care time. We were talking about some stuff. We were going on some journeys through life, and hey, and then the clerk's like, "Hey, yo, do you need to you having a bad time?" I thought I saw a spider run across my arm, and I freaked the fuck out. Oh my god. Oh, my heart. Oh my. Oh. Oh, it was just my hoodie string. What a nightmare. We're doing some self-care. We're going through the self-care checklist. Philip. We gotta catch you up. Are you hungry? If so, have some food right now. Are you thirsty? If so, have some water. Have some anyway. Have a water bottle nearby so you can stay hydrated. Have you had all your medication you need to take today? And how tired are you? We're doing all this stuff. Always hungry. Go get a snack. Go get a snack, bud. I'll be here. Liter of water, I got your laundry out, took all my meds. Okay, see, Guzzler's ready. Guzzler's good to go. Very tired. Okay, you should go have a sleep soon. You should go have a sleep soon. Okay, we had a nap in the cat's box. Okay, I got you. At least you're getting ready. It's full of dump spawn. No dumping allowed. The food dumping. Food dumping's okay. Food dumping's all right. All right, we had our nap. Welcome back. I hope you're feeling a bit better already. Let's continue where we last left off. Next question. Is there something about your environment that is distressing or uncomfortable? Or perhaps you're around people that make you feel uncomfortable? My environment's less than ideal. Is the person or people I'm with? I'm all right. I mean, I would say my environment is definitely less than ideal. I have been trying to move out of this place. It does not make me feel good in basically any way. It is ambivalent or negative in every way, shape, or form. So that we're going to go with bad environment. However, I cannot change it at this exact moment in time, which is sad. When you got a problem, just take a big dump on it. Sage knows what's up. I agree. Your surroundings have a huge impact on your well-being. Is there something you can do in the short term to help? Perhaps some quick tidying, 5 minutes or 15 minutes to rearrange the furniture or yourself to be more comfortable. I have a plan to rearrange that might help a little bit, but currently it's not really doable. Your comfort and safety is worth it. If there is something you can think of to make things better, you should do it. Let's just keep going. Yeah, there's nothing that I can do right now, unfortunately. We are through your most basic physical needs. There are many more needs a person can have beyond the physical needs, and every human should be able to have them all met. If you've reached this point, that means that your discomfort is coming from something other than a physical need, but those needs are still valid and real. Here are some other ideas about the unmet needs that might be causing your discomfort. Safety, I want to matter, I want to chart my own course in life, or thank you. Oh, this is a very good video game. These are very good video game. Lori rent. If you can move into a 2-bedroom place, the complex would throw out my brain and my bank. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. It mostly depends on cost. An area. It also depends on area. But I might be interested. I might be interested, dude. Let me know. Shoot me some info. We're gonna start with my needs involve my safety and stability. I want to matter. You know what? Let's just start at the bottom and work our way up. It's something else, not an option. I mean, that's what thanks is, I think. But also these are kind of the 3 big ones. Like, you got your basic safety needs, you have your self-actualization, and then you have just like the kind of in-between, just like the general depression. So we're gonna go with safety and see what he says about that. A purpose-driven soul, exactly. Per month for 2 bedrooms is at $400 less than a 1-bedroom if you split down the middle. But then how much is utilities and things like internet and stuff like that? Like, that all has to be included in there, and then parking and all that. Like, I'm paying $850 flat. I paid $850 flat plus internet, so that's water and heat included. But power though. But yeah, no, that's true. Send me the info. Don't, that's not in chat. Send me the info on Discord or something. It is almost impossible to climb high on the hierarchy of needs when you don't have a stable and safe place to be and don't have the resources to do what needs to be done. Forgive yourself for not being able to achieve all your ambitions while you are still lacking support. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of important. Yeah, oh, yeah, okay. That's hard to do. That's important. No, sulfurish, no, this is not a therapy replacement or anything like that. Oh yeah, no, yeah, just DM whatever, it's totally fine. That's totally fine, dude. Time can change everything. Sometimes the most important thing is just to keep surviving. Yep, 100%. I also agree. Keep going, friend. Hang in there. I believe in you. Oh, we don't get the other ones. Okay, but that's totally fair. That's fair. Hey, I adore that's in this game. I think that's a kind of incredible. I think also a lot of people would see this kind of stuff and go, pfft, baby. Was this baby game for babies? But that's important. That is very important. That's very important. Yeah, they're tips, not a replacement. Exactly. But honestly, like that checklist, incredibly important also to start at. Like I've done something similar with some people who are having essentially a crisis, but getting that grounding helps so flippin' much. It is so important to do. Like just anything. Start with your physical environment around you and go from there. So that checklist, regardless if you think it's useful for you personally, keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. It can be incredibly helpful for someone around you as a baseline to start from, just to get some stability again. Terrible for speedrunners. Yo, we're self-care percent. All right, set the timer. What's the time on that one? Oh, 2 hours and 56 minutes. That's not a PB. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to restart the run. Okay, let's go. No. I know you're kidding self first. I know you're kidding. Not a. That's really funny. Oh, do we do one? I don't know if we do another one. Do we do another one? I think we do one more. I think we do one more. We can do the railway, or we can do the terminal. What did the person say about the terminal? Hold on. Let's listen to what he said about those two again. It is my favorite human. Oh, it's my little favorite heart-shaped clerkman. Hello. We see the latest additions to the cool zone. I'd like to offer some feedback. I just like to talk. I like to ask some questions. I like to ask some questions. Would you like to know about? I would love to know about the area. I'd like to know about. Okay, the railway. A lovely journey aboard a commuter train, traveled by train. It's a collective journey, so we can have deep personal conversations. You can only have in a safe space, or meditation, potentially purgatorial, but could be fun. And there's no obvious journey's end. Okay, so which one are we feeling? We want some safe space, talking and thought thinking, some conversations, or are we thinking meditation? And no end. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What's the vibe that we're thinking of? Miss being able to hang on the airport. It's a thing. You want to go rail? Swisher wants to go railway. Sulfur sounds like airport. What about all y'all? What are all y'all thinking? Like this either either one. No, there's no wrong answer here. I'm trying to get just a general vibe because we're only doing one of these. But I mean, I'm gonna try all of them for definite sure on my own time. Do the other one. I'm also gonna keep playing this game. I want to see all the different characters. Sage wants to go to the airport. To airport. Okay, we have a general sense for the airport, so I think that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the airport, and we're gonna see this. We're gonna do the airport. But yeah, like some safe space talkings. Maybe we'll do that on a different stream. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Oh,
welcome back.
There's a Froggo.
Those just joining us.
It looks like a little Froggo up here.
The top story tonight.
Look at him. Look at the little box head.
Delays. We have similar reports coming in from all of our.
Oh, we can actually like freely walk around.
Everything has come to a standstill. So settle in for what appears to be a very long night. Wherever you are, your news team will be hard at work obsessively covering the story from all angles. But if I may offer some advice, instant replays will not rescue you from an ongoing crisis. There's no use fostering regrets or fuming about what could have been.
Fair point.
Whatever happens, we'll be here throughout the night to keep you company. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Okay. All flights delayed. Oh, and there's like little lines about where we've been. That's kind of neat. Oh, we can like draw little, we can make little trails. And they change color. Okay, if we keep jumping, we continuously jump higher and higher. That's pretty cool. That is highlighted for some reason. What is this? Oh, there's speed boosts. Yo! What, like, Rush 2039? We got some Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 vibes in here? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm feeling this. Everything to World 8's delayed, to the Tuft Interpretive Center is delayed, the Homeric Homestead. Oh, the Kismet Crater's also delayed. Oh my goodness. That's too bad. That can shine. Okay. So we can interact with some things. Hello! Oh, it's the alien mama. Hello. This waiting is killing me. It's awful. You know that feeling? The one where existence itself is suffering? Not like depression or anguish or even anxiety, just having to be present in a moment where you would very much like not to be. The skin crawling, the mind racing. Or maybe instead you get frozen numbness, the calm before the storm, the infinitely long moments before another burst of action, before tiny shards of time gouge and scratch their... Jesus! You're a little intense here, bud. Scratch their way through your life, leaving a lifetime of trauma in their wake. Never experienced that. So is this just like just waiting, just between moments? It's like, I guess is what this person is talking about. Are you okay? Are you okay, bud? You're a little intense. You had some food? You had some water? You doing all right? Do what you think is right, what you have to do to survive, but I can still hear the explosions. Is that a phaser just now? All this music sounds like energy weapons to me. Oh, PTSD. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're safe now. I'm sorry you're going through that. That's rough. You'll be okay. You're safe now. But I mean, trauma sticks around, right? Like just saying like, oh, but it's fine now. It doesn't help the fact that no, they're not safe now. There's a whole book about it called The Body Keeps the Score, which I would highly recommend you read, where trauma does not, like, it physically changes your chemistry, that you recreate the experience of being there when you're traumatized. Like, it is not, you are not okay. You are still experiencing it. You carry it with you. Like, yeah, I'm very sorry that you're going through that. Feels like it isn't over yet, because it's not. 116 micro-rotations until the room was cleared of hostiles. The helpless moments riding on the transport as the shells burst all around. Storming the compound was fast, the guards didn't expect such a large force. 1080 micro-rotations to take the Ark, 600 to hold the gangway and load of people. 240 of enduring launch G-forces from the diminishing pool of the planet's gravity. For what is probably the last time. Oh, right, because their planet, like, exploded. Right. I love that these are all connected. Oh, that's so, like, you can get context about one conversation from the other one. Get the heck in. Ramen, dude. Flip, yeah. What flavor you got going on? Is it chicken? Is it beef stock? Just generic soup? What you got? Kimchi? The kimchi ones are pretty good. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. It's not like we've ever met before or will ever meet again. That's probably why. Oh, and I'll be dead soon. What happened? Are you a soldier? You should be safe here. I mean, should, but I mean... Oh, beef, heck yeah, get him. Ramen's fantastic. I might make some afterwards. It doesn't feel like I'll ever be truly safe. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing with trauma, right? Like, you don't feel safe, ever. Like, it's a constant reoccurring thing that you have to deal with. Our world was dying, had been for centuries. Our system coming too close to another. A blue giant in the distant sky slowly tearing us apart, and our politicians doing nothing about it. We protested, we organized, but the protest became more violent as the police used increasingly brutal tactics without any show of resistance. Oh my god. Us organizers had to become security, helping protect those citizens who dared to come out. De-escalation tactics and riot medics gave way to insurgency. Hold on. I'm going to shrink the text size a little bit. I think that might help get a little more text on the screen at once. Oh, a teriyaki. Oh, that sounds so flippin' good, bud. Go do it. Go flip and do it. There must have been another solution. I mean, that doesn't help at all. Focusing on the past, that doesn't help. Violence is wrong. I mean, yeah, but not in all cases. Like, violence or everything is violence. It's just all a metro, at least in my opinion. It's all of varying forms. Exerting your will and power over another person or thing is violence in and of itself. Everything is violent. It's just whether or not it's a lot or a little. So I don't think there's necessarily a moral thing about it. To fight for what you believe in. I believe that. The important thing is you survived. That, hey, that is the most important thing. You got it. Surviving is the first thing you got to do. And we helped others survive in the face of extermination, of genocide, but war. It's purgatorial. It's that word. It's that word. It's the theme of the airport. Endless violence, and violence that only creates more violence, even when it's the right thing to do. It was so clear the time was running out and the government was stalling. Then suddenly we realized non-violent action was no longer enough. Our conservative and centrist politicians stood for nothing, forsaking even their most basic values. We're not talking about relenting on one or two traditional beliefs. They were corrupt, they were violent, they openly spoke of heinous hatred and genocidal austerity. They encouraged others to hunt down and kill the politicians that opposed them, labeling them as obstructionists. You have to fight for what you believe in. Well, all these responses are the same. I don't think it matters what we're actually going to say. They're gonna kind of walk through their own experience. Our response actually does not matter. We're not here for them. They just need to talk. What we say is arbitrary. They just need to get it out. I also start to doubt the efficacy of armed force and never have to deal airport security to make you take your shoes off. That's true. That's true. The TSA is the worst possible. It's honestly, airports are cool. Everything about having to deal with them is a nightmare. I'm going to just say that right off the bat. We had no other choice. But war is purgatorial and it's violence, even though it's the right thing to do. It was bad. They convinced the people that the leaders who were asking hard questions and actually trying to fix things were actually a threat to the proper execution of the plan. The plan. This naive faith that it was all under control. My own sister was one of the folks who clung to the myth that was the plan. We'd already lost so much. What we say is arbitrary. We're here for them, their perspective. Like that's only with that's what is that? CBT? Is that it? Cognitive behavioral? There's certain types of therapy, and that's one perspective where people have the ingrained tools. They just need to like get stuff out. I don't think that's true in all cases, though. Like that, I don't think therapists do either. But yeah, like that is a common thing that I've heard from people. I have not been to therapy. I would like to. I can't afford it. But yeah, that is the thing. Like that's also why I say talking to people is incredibly important. But also that's not always enough. Like you do need input occasionally, depending on what's going on with you. That's my own opinion. But yeah, like these are all the same. Again, these are all the exact same responses. Of course, the real plan is for the elites to accumulate enough wealth. This is kind of trauma dumping. I'm not gonna lie. Just walk up to someone and be like, yo, what's up? And he's like, oh my god, here's my whole life story about this awful thing that happened to me. Like, I'm sorry, but now we have to do emotional labor to deal with it in a way. We don't know this person. We're never gonna meet them again. We're doing the kind thing. We're doing arguably the right moral thing, if this is gonna help them. But it's kind of a lot. I kind of just want to. I don't get it. CBT doesn't apply everywhere. It's the first step to a lot of issues, I feel, just a test. Yeah, you know what? I agree. Just getting thought process out. That makes sense. That makes sense, Sage. The real plan is for the elites to accumulate enough wealth to survive in comfort indefinitely. I mean, parallels. There's parallels with that for sure. to what's going on right now. Build the arcs, leave the rest of the planet and population to fend for themselves and die. Are you okay? My heart starts pounding again every time I think about it, and I can't not think about it. What did we do? What could we have done differently? How did I make it here? There's no point dwelling on it. I mean, at this point, yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Look at your phone for notification. Oh, it's a reindeer. No, reindeer, no. No, it's called active listening. What are you doing? Do you do that, or do you know people have done that? Either way, fuck that. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you, Guzzler. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Eat hot chip. It's all so much. Anyway, we fought back. Eventually managed to steal one of the arcs. Yep, did all this stuff. The journey was actually remarkable. I've never been this far out. A little planet of tiny volcanoes and blow up. It's the same thing. It's the same text. Why does this keep repeating from different characters? A civilization of artists and dreamers, tribes of nomads who live amongst the stars. But I couldn't focus on any of that. Maybe one day I'll look back on it fondly. Oh, wait, no, hold on. No, hold on. So, yeah, so that text is similar between different people. So, but each one has had a different perspective on it. So it is a similar experience that's being had. First person that we met, the alien person with the baby, did all that, and they thought it was beautiful, thought it was amazing, and they continued on. Next person was getting postcards from a friend, and there's value in that, but also it's value in our own local area. Like someone else was experiencing it in a positive manner. This person, exact same experience, but was unable to actually like process it because of the trauma that they had was overriding their current experience in one way. Yeah, they couldn't focus on any of it. Maybe one day I'll look back on it fondly. Like they're experiencing life the same thing that everyone else is, but through a completely different and inherently negative lens in one way, which isn't their fault. It's not their fault, but it does make all of their experiences harder to deal with because being tainted by this. That is my understanding is that's actually kind of common. And that is too bad. That's really too bad. That change. This is never what I wanted. What I wanted to be, but what choice did I have? I couldn't face myself with the things I had to do. Sorry, we're going through that, bud. Looks like it isn't over yet. It's not how I thought my life would go. This person is really going. In the end, although I was so antithetical to who I thought I would be when I was growing up, I didn't have to think much about enlisting. I couldn't imagine looking my mother in the eye or ever looking upon a child of my own, having not fought to alter our fate. This isn't the safest way to survive an apocalypse, but it's the only way I know how to do it and also save even just a part of who I am. Life is so paradoxical sometimes. But now what? For all of us to do, some want to go back and fight the monsters that caused this, some want to just find a new home somewhere, some are just done. Oh, these are different. These are different now. Antithetical. Antithetical means opposite to its meaning, essentially. Whereas, like, yeah, basically opposite. It's an opposite. So if you do something antithetical to the cause, something in the complete opposite direction, in opposition to it, like, it has more to do with, I think, purpose and, like, laws or rules, intentionally going against them or being forced to. You're doing something antithetical to them. It's kind of hard to explain, but that is my understanding of what the word means. Opposed, contract. Yeah, exactly. Opposed. Incompatible. Yeah, that makes sense. So want to go back. You can't fight forever. They could still harm others. They're gone now. What you have left here is what's important. Maybe you can make a life here. I mean, yeah, they are gone. They are gone. Like, how can you go back? But also, you can't fight forever. You have to leave it to other people at one point. They're refusing off your couch. I think it'd be more if you then, like, you were standing in the kitchen and you're like, I need to get food. And then you decided to, like, go work on the car instead. You're doing something. It's an active thing, is my understanding. But it's fine. That's close enough. That makes sense. That makes sense, right? They're gone now. What you have left here is what's important. Yeah, we made it out, didn't we? Well, I'm stuck here for now, at least. A new star to orbit. A more stable world. We're all made of star stuff, you know? Like the other person. There's a lot. I don't understand what the chime is. Are there like secrets in this game? Oh, you can see like ghostly apparitions. You can see kind of people waiting there. But as we get closer, they fade out because we can't interact with them. They're not actually that important. That's kind of interesting. I really, really, really like all of the aesthetic stuff this game has. It's awesome. Hypothetical is in theory, antithetical is against the thing. What is hypothetical except an actual act in non-theory in a positive or supportive meaning? Hectachetical is what I'm going with. The Dark Souls players you ran exactly.
With that weather front holding steady, the forecast shows no sign of change. But that doesn't mean that change isn't possible. Change is inevitable, and change can come from within.
Exactly.
Look at where you are with fresh eyes. If uncomfortable or undesired thoughts arise to cloud your way, that's okay. Though they may loom large, just bring your attention gently back to this moment.
Mindfulness.
The sounds you hear, the sights you see, the movements that you make.
Alphabetical, the
Let
best
go
font.
of frustration or fear,
Thanks,
and
reindeer.
allow thoughts to come and go, as all weather must.
Yeah, like just practicing mindfulness. It's very important. When you start trying to focus on things that are outside of your control, just coming back to what is currently going on. That's very valuable. I love that you just keep jumping higher. That's so good. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good with Buddy Hop.
You can achieve your goals by letting go. To illustrate this phenomenon, we turn to another story in the Zhuangzi. The sage's
It might be
text
something
describes
else.
an
Like
enlightened
honestly, it
chef
could be your
of great
apartment,
skill,
Guzman.
Cook Ting,
It very
preparing
potentially could be.
ingredients in a dazzling display of speed and precision. As soon as the performance is finished, what was once singular and whole falls into an assortment of perfect pieces. When asked how their skill could reach such heights, Cook Ting replied, "What I care about is the way, which goes beyond skill. When I first began to use my knife, all I could see was the object I was cutting. After 3 years, I no longer saw the whole, and instead saw the pieces. But now I go with the way, and I don't see with my eyes. Perception, judging, and understanding stop, and spirit moves me where it wants. I guide the knife through the openings and
I
trace the
don't
structures as
understand.
they are, instead of focusing on how they could be. Great changes do not always require great effort, and breakthroughs are not always the result of blunt force. Trace the possibility space as it is, to find your way forward."
Okay, I mean that is actually a good, yeah. That's a good point. It's you can try to focus on where you want to be or how wrong a thing is, but looking at the way things currently are and what you can influence or how to get through something currently in the current state is the way to finding solution, potentially, or at least a way forward. Like I said, yeah, okay, yeah, I feel that. What other things you cannot control can influence? Yeah, exactly that. So late for your flight. It's all delayed. All of them are delayed. Every one. Oh, look at the moon still peeking up. Actually, can I see the planes? I see. There's no planes out there even. I can see the runway, but there's no planes. Oh, it's a little DJ lizard. It's a little guy. It's a little Minority Report friend. Well, hey there. I was thinking that I should try to get some work done. You know, that happens to me every time I travel. I know I'm going to have all this time in the airport and sit on the plane. I plan to get so much done. Be so productive. Influence is different quantities or levels of influence. Try something. Try this influence. Yeah, it's levels, right? Yeah, it's levels. I agree. And then inevitably I end up distracted or unable to focus or just let my mind wander. It shouldn't work all the time. It happens to be too. We're working on. I mean, I feel like I need to be productive all the time. I intentionally don't work, but I do feel that. I guess it's nice to know it's not just me. I end up bringing all these things with me to do, and instead I just kind of sit. Maybe talk to the plane or listen to the gossip of the airstreams of the... That's me! Listen to the stories the lost baggage have to tell, look out the window and watch the map of the landscape move beneath me. Or more than that, just sit and think. My mind wanders, bouncing between thoughts, the past and future, latching onto things, pulling up vivid images like how a song or smell can suddenly trigger some long-distant memory. Have a good night, Sage. I really, really hope that you're doing okay, and the next weeks aren't as bad as you think they are. I appreciate you, and I hope I'll see you around, my man. Have a good night. I'll see you around. And control oil companies. I can influence them to do with terrorism. I mean, you could, but we don't need to talk about terrorism over here now, do we, bud? I think, ooh, radicalized you. I was watching a doggo play a video game, and that did it. It's like, no, please, Swooshy, no. What do you think about? What do you think about when your mind wanders? Yeah, what do you think about? I'll think about loved ones. Maybe think about what could have been or what would happen if I lost them. Yeah, that makes sense. I do that all the time. Imagine it happens to everyone at times. It's like my mind forces me to rest, like it needs these times to explore itself. Does that happen to you? I get too stressed when I travel to relax. Just sitting and thinking is too boring. That does happen to me. That's true. I was right before we bet. Okay, good to know. Good to know I'm not going to be in your deposition. Not really, or I don't try to work in the first place while traveling. I mean, yeah, I don't. That's also true. We're going to go with that one. That's probably healthy of you. A comfort in sitting with yourself. You know, as much as I approach it all with the desire to get something accomplished, I think these pauses as an activity, these moments when we're allowed to step away from life, are important too. Maybe more important. In these spaces, these journeys where time seems to move differently, we're not where we came from, but also not yet at our destination. We're removed from our normal world. Our normal ideas of what needs to be done. Yeah. Changing your environment is very valuable. It changes your mindset. You can wander through our mind. Why am I doing a voice? You can wander through our minds as we do through space. Gain some mental rest, removed from the demands of normal life. Forced stillness, even as we move endlessly forward. It's conversations we have do the same thing, a moment away from our normal lives, a moment to let our minds wander, to consider where we are. Yeah, like I said, mindfulness. Just thinking new thoughts, being exposed to new ideas. Are you willing to let your mind go? Oh, bud, he gonna give us some of them mushrooms, bud. We want another mushroom head. Be in this space with me to try something? Yeah, sure, let's do it. Okay, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to sit and not think about anything in particular. Okay. All y'all at home? We're doing this. Don't think of anything in particular. Let your mind wander. Come back to me only when you're ready. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do this for a few seconds. Hold on a second. Don't think about anything. Just let your mind wander for a second. Okay, thinking about wintertime coming, thinking about snowmen, also my car, and that's bad stuff could happen to my car, with it being so cold, battery run out, tire stuff, huge pain, huge hassle, huge problem. That's where my mind went. Can't control justification or city, I can influence it by, yeah, influence. Swooshy influence and stuff. Tell me, what'd you think about? I thought about the future. We look to the future to plan, to hope, to dream. Future is all we have. Our minds are wondrous and complex things, the thing that knows itself unknowable. And so we let it explore itself, explore ourselves, explore our lives and our past and what may come. It's important to let it wander. Wander on, friend. Are you willing to let your mind go to be in this? Oh, you can do it again? Oh, that's awesome. Also, they can be forced. Our minds are wondrous and complex thing. Okay. Okay, yeah. This is all. Is that a big old like bird skeleton? No, it's not. That's just like a feathery looking like amphitheater thing. Let's check out this news report, but then I'm gonna call it. We're gonna have to leave, I think. Because this is getting kind of late. Oh, it's a person. Wait, hold on. They're highlighted. What are you highlighted? There's so much space. I guess we're going to do this conversation, and then I'm going to leave. So much space here. When no one's around, stuck here too, eh? A journey aborted. Yet here we're left in its own kind of liminality. I don't know what your message was. I didn't see it. It probably had a word that was in the moderation settings that I need to fix, potentially, depending on what it was. Yeah, it's probably like a word that is intentionally removed for some reason, but it depends on what it was. You just rephrase. Just rephrase what you're gonna say and it should be fine. And then send me what the original message was later, because I don't know how to check that from within OBS. There's so much space here. Stuck here too. We're left with all kind of liminality. Where we headed? No joint. You again. Where we headed? This person does indeed like their vices. Alcohol now, weed in the past. Something I can't do. When I wander, always goes to embarrassing shit did 10 years ago in the world. Yeah, that's fair. I get that too. I've gotten better with that. It still happens though. I have to remember that I'm not the same person. That is literally a different person in every way, shape, and form. And cringing at all that stuff is a good thing. It means I've grown and I've become a stronger, better person since then. And I think there's value in that. And it's not useful to always bring it back up, but when it happens, I just like, yeah, that was shitty, and I'm a better person now. Where are you headed? You know, I'm not sure. Maybe I was just headed here. A different kind of space then. A differently structured kind of journey. Structures we move through can change so much of how we experience a movement. Sometimes we move through structures and it doesn't even feel like we're the ones moving. Conversations can move ideas forward or propel us to new actions. Of course, how we structure conversation also changes how we interact with it, and thus how we experience it. A natural flow of conversation from point A to point B, or a meandering wheel of dialogue. I got stuck like this once as a kid, lost in a store that had closed. Conversation structure, stars of structure, this airport is strange structure. Yeah, what do you mean conversation structure? That was an interesting idea. Yeah. You can talk like conversation and dialogue as a journey. That's an interesting idea. Well, look at any game you've played. Does dialogue flow boldly forward without looking back? Or do you return again and again to ask a series of questions, get the exposition you need? It's the same in real life. Does something you say create a whole new branch of conversation? Do you ever get back to the original point, or is the tangent the new conversation? Conversation is the structure in which we interact with one another. Is it formal, friendly, boiling over with in-jokes or references? Will the animals in aisle 4 ever stop gossiping? You know, this is my favorite bar in the terminal. Conversations don't actually loop. That's true, I guess, but how often do you have the same, like, small talk over and over again with the same person? I don't like talking to people. I like talking to people, or I should go. I like talking to people. I do like talking to people. As long as they also like talking to me. It's not fun to talk to someone that only talks about themselves. That, I will say that much. You're in luck. That's all we've got here. Well, fat and loitering. Get 'em. People can be fascinating, bringing all new perspectives to how you move through your own life, all new stories. I wandered around that store for an hour, thinking my parents had left me on purpose. What are you doing here? Yeah, we're gonna move on. Thinking about stories, as always. Thinking about these conversations, hoping you get something out of it, you know? As storytellers, we always hope someone gets something out of it. As storytellers, we create the fixtures and foundations on which will stand the key learnings of the next generation. Like builders, we toil to render, as of concrete, the most desperate truths we have uncovered. Yeah, like learn from other people's mistakes. Draft stories and write them down so other people can experience the same things that you have. Yeah, okay. I see what he's going from. A friend who, when we talk, I can never finish making a point because we go on tangents of tangents of tangents. I often can't even communicate a whole idea. Yeah. It sounds like you could benefit from learning a skill of keeping conversation focused, because that's, on the one hand, that's really cool. On the other hand, sometimes you do need to stay focused. So it depends on what you both want out of it. But yeah, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. I also know people kind of like that. And I just let them go, because that's what they enjoy doing, and they go hard. I don't need to stop it. I don't need anything from them, so we just let them. I let them control the flow. So it's just, you know, it depends. There's benefits to both letting them kind of wander with the conversation, and I think also just trying to like hammer it down and actually get to the depth of one specific thing before moving on. It's just one friend. Ah, okay. I mean, I think it's still a good skill to have, but I mean, is that part of their charm? Do they talk intelligently about everything as you're jumping from tangent to tangent? That's important stuff to think about, I think. What do you mean they seem like a cool person? That they're able to do that even. Just have a huge variety of topics they can jump to. But yeah, that's interesting. We structure our stories, and thus we structure our culture, our future. What are you doing here? I don't know, because I should probably stop playing. That's okay. Then leave yourself open to whatever you might find. But what are you really doing here? It's a metaphor. Yeah, it is a metaphor. Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. It all is. But what are you really doing here? I'm sitting with my thoughts, more than anything, I guess. Mindfulness. Space is good for that. Let your thoughts ping off whatever you find. What are you really doing here? I'm waiting. The flights are never coming, you know, so wait, but open your mind while you do. Let yourself be in this space. What are you really doing here? I'm looking for something. Lots to find in this space, in this headspace. Leave yourself open to whatever you encounter. What are you really doing here? That's what I'm really doing here. That's what I'm doing, bud. Okay. It's worth thinking about. It's worth being mindful of. Yeah, I agree. Having goals and knowing why you're doing things is very, very valuable. You can only set up the structures. You have to go on the journey. All the voices if you want to see this one through, but be sure to come back sometime to catch your flight. Thank you. That's what we're here for. All of us stuck. I never did find my way out of that store.
What are the structures around you? How do they shape this space? How do they shape how you feel?
There's a lot here. I don't know who that is. Who is that, Baggy?
Now.
Also, hello. I'm
this
stopping
space beckons
now.
You
so
onward.
hope you've been having a good weekend.
Treading old ground will only prolong the inevitable. But we do not move constantly.
But there's something highlighted. I have to see it.
What are you searching for? Have you not seen the signs and signals left for you by others? Or do you purposefully ignore them? Why? Ask yourself this with kindness and without judgment. Not everything is a sign, to be sure. You have your own insight. Perhaps you know something that we do not. Explore the empty spaces. Trust your intuition and journey onward. But as you survey the potential paths before you, allow some of these spaces to remain empty. Accept that there will always be paths not taken.
Yeah, you can't learn everything. Yeah, that's totally fair. Okay, I do actually have to, yeah, I have to stop. I do have to stop. It is getting quite late. This is actually what I needed after a mildly shitty weekend. I'm happy, Swooshy. I'm really happy that you got something out of it. Let's see if the clerk has anything to say real quick. He's not have anything to say. Let's offer some feedback. I'm always open to feedback. I would like to erase any customer data. Never mind. I want to change how you talk to me. Do you wish to remove this facade and speak more plainly about the game? Oh, what does that mean? Oh, what does that mean? Actually, no. I like having a little friend in here. I do like having a little friend. Superb. Limit else I can be of assistance. All right. Okay. I mean, that's kind of cool. It literally is just like, yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. That's neat. Okay, anyway, that is everything. That is what that's a video game. That is If you could describe that in one word, I would say it's a video game. I think I would call it a video game. Yeah, I would. How you doing? Let's check in. Y'all doing okay? Y'all doing good? There's some heavy shit in there, but I mean, I think it's all good. It's just thoughts. Thoughts can't hurt you. It's ungame. Yes, exactly, Sky J. I really like that. I think that's really cool. I played too much of it in one go, just like I did Trombone Champ. That seems like a much better time to do one, maybe two journeys, and then stop. And come back another time, I think. It's all very similarly structured, but it's very interesting. My brain was getting kind of full near the end there. It was getting hard to kind of like really think about the like some of the metaphors and what they were talking about. But there's the ramen. I'm very hungry. Oh, thank you, Sky. Yeah, it's just some lo-fi from what is this? Pretzel. It's just the pretzel music, lo-fi stuff. It's pretty all right. I enjoy it. Anyway, that's Glitchhikers. We may or may not. Well, honestly, probably won't be streaming it again, unless I get inundated with people saying that you want me to, because there's a lot of personal stuff in there. There's a lot to do with your own perception, your own thoughts, your own experiences. All I can really do is supply my own in response to some of the stuff that gets brought up. Don't know if that's valuable to people. I would assume not, but I hope that you might check this game out. It seems pretty helpful, and well, maybe not helpful, but it seems really interesting and a good opportunity to like try to think about things, expand your repertoire of alone thoughts and work on something. It seems like a good prompt. That's a good way of. I think that's more what I mean. It seems like a good prompt to think about things and take it at face value. It is just a game. It's just a bunch of words that someone wrote down or multiple people about things, and you can take some stuff and you can leave some stuff. You bring your own perspective to it, and using it as a prompt to then continue on and either learn some new things or think about things is probably the way to go. And I really enjoyed it. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly the type of thing that I wanted today. Let's see who's online, and we'll send you all to someone probably very different. Not all existential and all that. I'm foreseeing this game and its themes again. They say the devil's the details. That's some of the devil. I love that phrase. Thank you, Baggy. All right, we might do this. We might do something like this again. If you know of other stuff like this, I would love to have more stuff to talk about in this vein. Always shoot me suggestions. That's awesome. That'd be awesome. If you want, I got a Twitter and a Discord and things. There's links in there. They're pretty cool. And if you're just vibing, if you're just chilling, drop a follow so you know when I'm streaming next, so I could see you again. I'd appreciate it a lot. That would mean a lot. Who's online? Not a ton of people. Really not a ton of people, actually. Hey, Geese Breath is online. Oh my goodness, let's go get him. No, I'm kidding. I got someone who has a partner celebration, which is pretty cool. Yes, we do. So I have my alarm set for tomorrow to head out to that bar again. I need to check my bank account though. I once again I come to you with low funds, but that is on my mind every time. I'm like, can I go? And then something always comes up. So that is still a thing that I know that I'm perpetually invited to, that I keep wanting to come to again. So don't worry, it'll happen. It'll happen, Baggy. We got Canadian Dragon, who has his partnerships celebration stream, 2 years, his anniversary. Got a whole subathon thing going on. We got VR Witchy playing some Beat Saber, which is a good time. Snarky's playing something. Snarky's kind of cool. Maybe Dice Wolf. Yeah, I got you. I don't know. None of this is really speaking to me. If I don't find anything, I'll send y'all to the Derg, because he's a cool dude. I hang out with him a little bit. He's a really cool dude. How is his stream going? Is actually probably more what I should be checking, because the vibes are very important right now. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna. Oh. Is anyone else playing Glitchhikers, actually? Probably not, but let's see. No one else is streaming this. Oh, that's too bad. I'm gonna follow this game. I'm gonna follow it, because no one else is streaming it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Buddy Hexadigital. I saw that. Gex is kind of cool. Oh, the original Gex. Oh my goodness. Gex is pretty chill. Yeah. You know what? Oh wait, no. It looks like they're stopping. Yeah, they're stopping. Hex is stopping. I would, but yeah, they're heading out. So I'm not gonna do that. I will send y'all to the Derg. Derg's cool. Go give him a follow. Give him all the love. Give him all the stuff. They're chill. Like seriously, they're chill. They're just having a good time. That's what they do. I hope I'll see you around. I will be streaming on Wednesday. I want to finish Resident Evil. We'll see how that goes. Wednesday will probably be the last time I stream Resident Evil, though. So we will see how that goes. Yeah. I hope I'll see you around, buds. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Remember the checklist. Self-care is important. Have a lovely night. And I care about y'all. Y'all cool. All right. Later.